uncovered. Um, but it doesn't look like anything as like substantial as a settlement. There, there are like engraved and inscribed obelisks and things they've come up with, but they've found no evidence of any sort of dwellings or anything.
Okay.
They would also have mentioned that the uh, the authorities on antiquities on the island have not put any of the artifacts they've uncovered on display, and there's been a lot of sort of clamor that people are interested. They want to see these things, but for the most part, like they keep um, they've essentially walled the dig site off. So
Well, that sounds interesting.
yeah, I mean it's just like they've thrown up tarps and whatnot. It's
Mm-hmm.
Kill them all and take the treasure for ourselves.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. We drop off our POWs and, repair and refit the ships. And then we just sort of sneak over there and try to get a look-see at what they're hiding.
Sneak. Can we roll stealth with ships, AGR? I think I would have a ridiculous advantage.
Your ship is not stealth.
So, at what point, sir, do we toss the regular colors and hoist our?
When our original colors stop serving us as, great ways to get, like, free repairs to our ships.
No, we do have to fabricate, so we don't need much repairs, just supplies. I mean, the ship that Burger has goes down 2 main masts.
I will point out, you do know, like standard operating procedure, if you pull into port with captives and prize ships, like you wouldn't have been given a mission that requires you to take a prize ship and then contingent upon that fact, like would have assumed you would have those for the rest of the mission, So it would be very unusual. Yeah, it'd be very unusual for you to not turn those in. Captains usually want the money, and they are legally required to turn in the prize ships.
Is there actually anyone that outranks me on that island? I don't remember there being anybody.
Presumably there's some armchair admiral there, but that's about it. He may or may not be in port.
Well, we can send the medical ship to go drop off the captives. They don't need to see the fact that we've, obtained some ships of our own. In reality, I don't really see any reason to turn the captives in. They'll be put onto the medical ship to, quote unquote, be escorted to safe harbor. In reality, the hungry are going to eat them.
Fair
and
enough.
I'm sure our good doctor can find
in the medical ship, James's ship?
Yeah, but it's also where there's 29 hungry stationed.
Yep.
So at some point,
Alright.
the POWs just sort of disappear.
Pretty much immediately. I think they probably get shown down below decks, and somebody's like, "Okay, gentlemen, follow me. I'll show you to your accommodations." And as soon as they all get below decks, they all get jumped.
By CR11 fish.
Yeah. Mhm.
Mhm.
Quite unfortunate for them, really.
Quite. Well, then I think we swing back around. Now that we've taken out that patrol, we know we should have made a hole, right? So we can try to sneak up to the island since there's no other patrols, hopefully.
I mean, you'd expect that that's a pretty heavy contingent of ships in this region. They probably have some other groups that are of similar size, but it's unlikely that they have anything much heavier out here. I mean, if they have like anything heavier, it's maybe one flagship. But
In the
it's
general
probably
vicinity.
in port.
Right, because I'm thinking we go down south and sort of come in through the wilderness. We don't have to go through the colony itself.
Yeah, the chances are you're going to spot other vessels out there, but you probably hit this military pretty hard. So
Underdark, did you take the uniforms?
The uniforms?
Yes, from your captive captains.
Huh?
Okay, you have captives. They have Xantic uniforms. We have Xantic ships. We could ruse it with the 3 ships we have as captives and pretend that we're Xantic.
Except for, all of the non-Xantic crew we have.
Don't we have a lot of Xantic crew from the Marines and crew that we commandeered?
Not exactly. We had more crew on our 3 ships than they did on the surviving 3 ships that they had.
So I thought they had more.
Yeah, same here.
I thought that we got 200 something from their ships. Minus the one the Hungary cleared out.
Yeah, I just don't think it's, that we'll actually be able to pull it off is what I'm worried about. Going down south and avoiding a direct confrontation with the port-based flagship seems like a better option to me.
Reasonable.
So I think that's what we'll do.
okay. So you are venturing towards this harbor, but you want to land yourselves on the the jungle facing side.
Yes.
Fair enough. Okay, well, let's see.
Do we encounter any more patrols?
We better not. We have enough ships. Shit.
Running out of
The chances were real slim, and you rolled a very low number. So the answer is yes, but at the risk of, being a little unimmersive, I'm pretty sure you kill them all.
Makes sense.
Yeah. The question is, how many new
Have
ships
a
do we have?
fucking fleet.
I'm gonna go with this being a single brig.
Okay. Does anybody not have their own ship yet? So we don't really have anyone trusted to pilot that ship, to captain that ship, is what I'm hearing.
Pretty much.
You know, unless someone wants a brig, I think I'd say we scuttle it. I don't hear
That
anything.
roll.
Say again?
Meta, you cut out. Nobody heard you.
With that roll, it sounds like you guys are going to actually need.
All right, we scuttle the ship and move on.
Okay. So it takes you about a month to get around to the back end of the island. I say island, it's pretty big. To a point where you are pretty sure. I say a month. It's probably more like 24 days or something. To a point where you're pretty sure you're going to be able to land here. It's dense. You shouldn't have too much attention on.
Okay. And we were able to get from our captives before they were eaten, like a rough idea of where on the island the dig site is, right?
Yeah, it's on the south side. If you're looking at the map, it's where the jungle meets those two sort of red hexes. Like it's at the edge where it would be touching two red hexes.
And we're just at like that southern part of that hex.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's like, a day's march. Here?
I mean, it'd be a day's travel if you really booked it. It's probably through thick jungle. Gonna take you more than a day, but if you had a road and you knew the land, it'd be less than a day's travel.
Okay. Well, then I suppose we put up here and go ashore.
Okay. Well, what's your away party gonna look like?
Well, I'm thinking myself, Leon.
Is it day or night?
Yeah,
I mean, it would be up to you when you want to land.
Yeah,
So it has to be at night then.
it's fine with me. Basically, I'm thinking myself, Leon, Lyle, DeBosk, Padre. Out of character, who's Wilfred? Do we know who Wilfred is yet?
Nope.
Okay.
I've intentionally never revealed him.
All right, that's fine. And probably Frey. All the player characters are probably the away team, plus, some Marines.
So
Okay.
we're leaving ships.
So you're leaving the ships pretty much unattended, except for having some monsters on there.
Is there anybody we know that's not going to show up tonight? So I don't want to leave someone behind and then they get fucked if they show up late. Like out of character concern, I don't want to leave a party member behind. And
James is the only other one.
How many ships do we have?
7.
Unless I'm going to tell you, unless you guys fuck up, I don't expect you'll be here all night.
Okay. Well, then in that case, I'll just leave James in charge of the flotilla, and I'll
Okay.
subordinate the Hungary to him so that he is some options if people become unruly.
Gonna lash all the ships together or something?
You severely underestimate our ability to fuck up.
Yeah.
Lash them together? No. Have each ship have 3 hungry, just sort of lashed onto the outside of the hull beneath the waterline? Yeah. Yeah, basically a boarding party ready to retake the ship should it mutiny.
Fair enough.
And then the rest of us, except for James, go and...
My crew won't turn on me because I asked them very, very nice.
They all
Right,
dead.
okay. So, yeah, so you guys go ahead and you make your way ashore.
You know what? Scratch the Marines. I don't think we need Marines with us. We got enough firepower in our group.
Okay. Well, you're able to land. Pretty minimal difficulty, really.
Okay.
The jungle is pretty dense. The last time you were in jungle this dense, there were dinosaurs. So it's bringing back some not entirely pleasant memories for some of you, I imagine. I don't think Lieutenant DeBosque remembers the dinosaurs, although Lieutenant
I think
DeBosque
Lieutenant
did.
DeBosque is probably the best person we have suited for scouting, right?
Oh yeah. I'll fly up ahead of the party and stealth.
Well, I'm also going to cast invisibility on you, too.
Ooh.
I believe I have her
beat
beat in stealth.
What's your stealth? What's your
I ain't
stealth?
but a plus 10.
I
got
think you're
plus
both
17.
you're both stealthy enough.
I have a plus
I think you're
15.
both.
But can you fly?
I can vanish in plain sight.
You have innate ability to fly.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm a vampire.
Oh. Okay, sure.
I can cast Pass Without Trace.
There's a lot of that going around.
I can cast Darkness. I can cast Silence.
So who is going?
Both vampires can go scout.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
sure.
was fun.
The vamps can go scout.
You cast invisibility on me?
Yeah, I'll cast invisibility on you. You'll have an invisible D's as well with you.
Alright. Tell them a spider and just stick to me. Because I'll be flying, so it'll be easy for
There's now a spider in your hair.
Oh, lovely. I was thinking
All right.
shoulder, but hair is fine.
Let's go.
Okay, so you guys take off. Where exactly are you going?
We wasn't given specific instruction.
Well, I would have given
We
them a
just
general
told you to
direction
scout.
of... Yeah, well, I would have told you, where the archaeological dig of some potential stuff regarding the eldritch shit that we're up to our eyeballs in is up north. So we should be heading north.
North of
Yeah,
it?
give a little bit higher res when I zoom in on the picture I got. It's a little fuzzy for hexes anyway.
No, that one is pretty high res. You just need to open it, open the original in your browser or whatever instead of in Discord. It should.
Oh, okay. Let's say the one that I downloaded is a lot lower resolution.
I mean, if you're having problems, you can try this one.
No, that'll work. The one that after opening it as...
Yeah, it makes a big difference. Okay, so yeah. Well, you guys can fly out. Why don't you make some perception checks for me? About how high up are you flying? Are you above the tree line, or are you?
I would probably be below the How tall is the canopy? How much room do we have with just trunk and minimal limbs?
I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
you said it's like a jungle, right? So like Amazon, there would be trunk, and then the canopy would be way up above, and then you'd be above the tree line even, and the canopy
Yeah,
would be so dense you can't really see through it.
the growth in this place is very thick, but the trees are not as big as they were on the Isle of the Dinosaurs. You're not looking at like some old growth like sequoia type size trees. This isn't like a continental rainforest. This is it's smaller. I don't know how tall the trees are off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, I'm just thinking. If you said jungle, I'm thinking the canopy's too thick to fly above the tree line and see through it, and I'm invisible, so I'm just gonna fly below the canopy.
The canopy's pretty thick, but you could definitely fly up through it. It would just be kind of
Yeah, hard to see down into it. That's what I mean.
yeah. Okay.
Now, it is worth noting invisibility lasts 1 hour, but I can cast touch spells through my familiar to keep turning her invisible every hour.
Okay. Well, let's see. Did you guys roll perception yet?
No, I was just verifying with you where our positions were.
You've landed on the okay. You've landed on the island with the red colony. You're
That I
on
know.
you are on one of the south hexes. I imagine you landed on the middle south hex, and you're heading in a generally northward direction.
Didn't you have Pass Without Trace up?
Who? Imperial? Yeah.
Did I? Oh, that's an extra. Never mind. That's an extra plus what?
To perception.
What is that? Oh yeah, no. Yeah, I put Pass Without Trace up on.
We haven't rolled for stealth. He didn't
Yeah,
ask
you
us to
know.
do.
I thought that was a stealth roll.
No.
He hasn't asked us to roll stealth. He asked for perception checks. We're visible and vampires and flying, and at least he has pass without trace on. So
Yeah.
it's fine.
Okay. Well, with your perception, you can see flying sort of northward. I mean, this jungle goes on for quite a ways. You're probably going to be traveling for a while before you run into anything. It doesn't look like you're like just about to stumble over civilization any minute. Um, there are some birds. It looks like some like medium-sized. I don't mean like creatures, but like mid-sized lizards, like big iguanas, like almost small dog-sized. You don't see a lot else that's super interesting out here. It's a lot of junk. It's pretty much all you see for the first hour. If you'd like to continue, you can continue up there. I think Under said that Dees was going to recast invisibility on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Well, he will through these.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. So what is the what is your movement speed while flying?
I think you have a 30 is what it said. I don't actually have that written down.
Okay. Are you trying to like dash? Are you trying to be super fast here?
No, don't need to. We're not in a hurry.
Okay.
Unless
Yeah.
Underdark says otherwise.
No.
normal pace then? 30?
Yeah,
30
normal,
flights.
normal pace.
Okay.
I mean, on the ground I can move faster, but
Well, I'm going to continue with these perception rolls. I don't think there's not really anything crazy in the second hour anyway. So, yeah, you fly out.
oh, I thought you said perception rolls. So.
That's fine. So you fly out another hour, and you do spot. It looks like a some kind of hunter's trap. It looks like a snare. But the overgrowth is really thick around here, and it looks like this may have been forgotten. There's some stuff growing up over it. It doesn't look that old, but it looks like somebody has left it here at least a month.
And lost its place.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll set it off.
All right, so there's a thwack sound, and rope snaps up, and a little net pulls up and catches nothing.
Alright, I'll cut the net back down then too, so there's no obvious sign of people.
All right.
So it should just be a bunch of dangling ropes that are probably greenish from the undergrowth.
Yeah, there's stuff growing up on them already.
Alright,
Mossy.
perfect. Well, if somebody wants to gather that net, bees can tell Underdark where it is. It might come in useful. Oh,
Carry on.
All right. So yeah, you continue another hour. Put you 3 hours out from the party. Is that
Well,
party.
the party is
Oh, the
following
party. Right behind
behind.
us.
Like we're not just standing at the edge while they go forward. We're just letting them get ahead of us a ways.
well? I'm super glad because that's going to speed this up.
They're shooting the marshmallows.
No. They're forward observers, but they're not. We're not waiting at the coast for them. They're just,
With appointment.
yeah, they're like
Yeah, you
100
stay a
yards
few
ahead of
minutes
us.
behind them.
Yeah, they're like 100 yards ahead of us.
Okay. So yeah, you don't see much to be too concerned about. On this third hour, you spot a what looks like a small cabin. It looks a little hastily constructed.
And is there any activity looking to it, or is it derelict?
Yes, there is a light on inside, and you can hear some like low chuckling.
I even though I'm with the rest of the party, I would like to be off to the side stealthed as well.
That's fine.
Should we go back and inform the captain?
Captain knows. Deez is on my shoulder.
Oh, that's right, duh.
In your hair.
In my hair. Just got it. Nah. Just got my hair done. Those Xantic ship had a barber. He tasted
And it
delicious.
looks fabulous, darling. Fabulous.
Okay, so yeah,
Alright.
there's a little hastily constructed cabin. There's definitely some activity inside.
Alright, I'll fall back a little bit, wait for the party to catch up to us.
I'm gonna go down and scout the cabin.
Sure. You notice around the outside of the cabin, there are some cages, little cages. You could fit birds or small animals in there, rabbits probably. Some of them do have some like you can smell some blood on them. There's no road out here that you can see, but there is a little bit of a path. It looks like somebody's hacked into the forest not far from here. But
Since I'm still invisible and under pass without trace, I'm gonna sneak up to the
Well, you're under pass without a trace, but I don't think anyone cast invisible on you. Did you?
Oh, that was on Ruffles?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, then I'm just going to sneak up to the door then.
Okay. Stealth roll.
What does pass without trace add?
10.
Mm. Hmm. Yeah, you don't think anybody noticed you?
Alright. Has the party caught back up to us yet? They weren't far behind. I probably fell back 50 to 60 yards from the cabin itself.
Not quite by the time that Imperial, that Leon has made it to the door. But you expect they'll catch up with you within a minute from now. Imperial, are you doing anything at the door? There's some light peeking through. I mean, this is not a very solid door. It's like sort of irregular planks with some spacing in between, lashed together.
Can I tell how many people are here?
What's your passive perception?
20?
So you can hear there's one person who's got a distinctive chuckle that he keeps laughing at something this other guy is saying. So that's at least two. You hear some low breath. You're pretty sure there's somebody sleeping in there. And you also hear some footsteps, but they're not coming from the same spot where the talking is coming from.
How big is this little hut that's been lashed together?
I mean, it looks like it's a single room.
Okay. I'm going to inform the captain. I'm going to move away and inform the captain of what I saw.
Okay. Well, you don't have to wait long for the captain to show up.
Yeah, so I imagine I show up, get briefed by DeBosk, and then Leon materializes out of the underbrush.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I think I have a solution to this. I have a magical spell that will allow us to get eyes on them without having to risk party members.
Arcane Eye.
And I will cast Arcane Eye.
Called it.
Okay.
It is an invisible magical eye. And I can move it as far. I can basically move it with 30 feet of movement every round, like a person.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1 inch in diameter, so it can fit through anything larger than that. And it can move an unlimited distance away for the duration, which lasts 1 hour. So I'm just going to send it to go peek inside the house.
Okay. Well,
And it has dark vision.
there is essentially a bullet hole right in the door. You're pretty sure you could fit that eye into.
Like a peephole.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like it was fired outward.
Okay. Well, let's do that then.
Okay. Yeah, so the eye goes in there. You see that sitting in a sort of rickety-looking chair, there is man, probably in his late 40s, early 50s, pretty thick beard, wide brimmed hat, and he's chuckling softly at some crude jokes this other much younger man is making, who's sitting on the floor. They both appear to be drinking. They have a little fire. Um, the house has a small stove, uh, but it looks like it's about out. There's a man sleeping in a sleeping bag, um, right next to a cot where there's a man who is sitting and whittling and tapping his foot. Most of these men look like they're in long johns because it's the middle of the night.
Okay. Any obvious weapons, magical or otherwise?
Yeah, there are rifles by the door. There are clearly there's a skinning station, and they have some pelts on the walls, and they have some knives in there. Um, the one man is whittling with a knife.
Okay.
I'm 30 feet off to the side, but within range to Ghostwise to the Commodore, and I'm stealthed and I have my die.
Okay.
Well, I leave the eye there, and I use minor illusion to give people an idea of the interior. So, recreate it,
Okay.
highlighting the hostels.
We could always not.
I plan to. And then I'm going to cast a dream targeting the sleeping one.
Okay.
He's going to have some really bad nightmares.
All right.
So he gains no benefit from his rest. Well, he gets a wisdom saving throw. He failed. So he has real bad dreams. He gets no benefit from this rest, and when he wakes up, not right now, he takes 3d6 psychic damage immediately.
Well, he may not wake up.
Just in case. I mean, it cost me 1 minute to cast that spell. It's not like we need the minute.
Okay. Noted.
Now would be a great time to knock, because he'll wake up.
Exactly.
Let me knock.
Leon, if you want to knock, you can go knock.
Well, before you do that, you did cast Dream, so you have the opportunity to converse with the target. You have the opportunity to see what they are dreaming about currently. You have,
Well, sure. If I
you
can see what they're currently dreaming, I'll see what they're currently dreaming about.
Okay.
A little dream of me.
They are currently in their dream. They are in a house of ill repute, clearly, in a bathtub, and there are lots of large women. Lots of large women, and they're all carrying bottles of alcohol,
So
and
there's a chubby chaser and alcohol.
yeah, it's pretty graphic.
Okay. So yeah, I turned this into a horrible nightmare. The water in the bathtub that's now has to her and is trying to eat him.
I would turn it into blood and then turn all the fat women into.
And all of the women are Shogoths. So I'm sure he's having a grand old time having that happen to him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this isn't his thing. So, yeah, that's a bad time.
Wow.
And then his mother shows up with his mother-in-law.
Ooh.
Way to kick a man when he's down.
He's gonna wanna die at that dream. Shit.
Okay, so moving right along. That all happens.
Okay.
So,
And then when Leon asks to go knock, I have us all, kind of stealthily get in position outside this house, maybe like 30 feet away, and then send Leon to go knock on the door.
okay.
I'm standing 20 feet behind Leon, invisible, with both pistols.
If you want to.
Leon, what would you like to do?
Is this door solid?
Not really.
Crudely constructed.
Okay. This is what I want to do. I want to shove open the door and go, "Hello, kitties!" and then use my speed to vanish from in front of them to back to like 10 feet in front of the door outside.
All right, why don't you give me a strength check? Get through the door. Athletics is fine.
And
You're still invisible off to the side.
Pretty sure you need to beat like a 7.
I'm just wondering why we gave Leon the task to make the first introduction.
Because he wanted it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's technically because they're not expected to live through the night.
So the door was really just like lashed shut, and you just shove it right onto the ground.
Oh, and when I say that, I
No
flash
effort
fangs,
at
red
all.
eyes, everything.
I meant knock as a friendly encounter, but alright, I guess we can kill him.
That's what I was implying.
There are no friendly encounters, you guys. You should know
That's
that.
They're
huge.
hunters.
We
They're
could have
hunters.
just talked to them before we killed
We could have
them.
gained information from them. I know Underdark has this whole mind-sucking thing, but
So
still.
that's not stealthy. The one that is asleep,
Wakes up.
And dies.
scratch that.
He doesn't wake up.
He screams and clutches his chest.
The one that's asleep does?
I mean, he literally he sits up in bed, and you hear this. You see this horrible look on his face, and he grabs his chest, and he's screaming this awful sound, and it just goes silent, and his face just wrenches, and he falls flat on his face on the floor.
Yes!
Yeah.
Then when I push the door open and see that,
The other three begin scrambling for the rifles on the wall. Yeah, I think at this point we can roll initiative. If you'd
Okay.
like. Yeah, it looks a lot like that. Farewell and a new fair Spanish lady.
I'm glad I got that out of the way.
Okay, did at least 3 people beat these guys in initiative? 1, 2, 3.
I beat all of them.
Yes.
Well, I can. Yeah.
Well, this is going to be fast.
Do they have less than 7 health? Or 7 or less health?
Why are we killing these people?
Because that's apparently what we fucking do. Does Leon
You don't
come
want
out
to
like a
kill them.
normal?
I punch. I unarm. I knock out.
Their reaction to an innocent heart attack is to immediately grab rifles and not engage in diplomacy. So I'd say the fault lies with them.
A vampire did kick down their front door and say, "Hi, kitties."
And they
Should've
responded by
let them have it.
grabbing their guns. I mean, that's not a friendly reaction.
Kicking down their front door is not a friendly
Leon is
introduction.
dressed like the Joker, by the way.
Which one?
Um.
There's 17 Joker outfits.
Okay, he's dressed like Jack Nicholson.
So suit and tie.
Yeah.
Hi, JT.
Should go with the Caesar Romero.
I was thinking that one too. For a vampire, it fits.
So I see them moving around in there.
Yes, you do.
Eldritch Blast, 1 each.
Okay.
Well, good game, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Probably have an AC of 12.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you at least mind?
Wait, that should be a
something?
D10.
It's
Yeah. Their heads explode.
oh, well, not getting any intel out of them. Well, can you brain suck a dead guy, Underdark?
I can try.
All right. Well, we got the heart attack guy.
There are bits of brains all over.
I go over to the one that died from the heart attack.
Heart attack guy didn't though.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. You learn that these guys have been out here hunting. Really, they're looking for exotic animals. They want monkeys and stuff they can sell in town. They're not strictly supposed to be out here, but nobody cares that much, and they
Oh, so
don't
we kill
really
some poachers.
like
I
it
feel
in
better.
town. You're
We kill
cutting out.
poachers.
Do we know how far away the town is and how to get there?
Well, I imagine if we go north and then we go east a little ways, we'll hit town.
Well, I don't want the
Well,
town. I want the dig
I
site.
like the fact that these guys
That's what I meant
actually
by
ran
intel.
for their weapons and thought they had a chance. Up
Well, they
until the
did.
moment
People
their
like
head
us don't
exploded.
exist.
They
They
didn't reach their weapons.
They didn't know that they were going up against 8 magically souped up creatures.
We could
They
also just talk to them like normal.
They
but
didn't
Yeah.
reach their unloaded weapons while they were in their pajamas in the middle of the night.
Surely a heroic victory.
I mean, we basically Ruby Ridged them.
Yeah, it's not good.
Okay, next time we come across people, can we not immediately kill them?
To what
Can you
end?
make a dexterity saving throw for me, Meta?
Yes, when I figure out what that is. Give me 2 seconds.
Absolutely.
Is this against an area of effect?
No.
I'm guessing he's going to be tripping over his own feet. Just throwing a curveball out there.
As you are speaking to the group, you hear a sound above your head, and you take a step to the right, and a little bit of brain matter falls off the ceiling and lands right where you were standing previously.
Does that make my point?
What was your point?
That maybe we shouldn't kill every single person we come in contact with and maybe talk to them for like 2 seconds. before we kill them, so we actually
We
get their
didn't
fire.
try. We didn't set out to hurt these people.
Oh
To
yeah,
kill these
knocking down the
people.
door.
We didn't want to. I didn't want to kill them. I just
Could've
wanted
just
to hurt
knocked.
them real bad.
Okay, Leon, you know, in normal people speak, that's what we call killing.
I thought killing was when their heart stopped beating. It would have been beating, assistedly, but it would have been beating.
Anyway, did the heart attack guy have any info on the runes location? The dig site?
Yeah, he would know. I mean, you would know. It's still most of a day. Pretty near dead north. A little bit northwest. You could get to the edge of the forest a little faster than that, and there's some farmland. But the ruins themselves are actually in the jungle. So
Okay,
So-
great.
Keep on track.
Yeah, we're on track. Does he know of the location of any valuables in the hunting shack?
yes, he does. There is a loose floorboard right next to the wood stove, and there is a satchel in there with basically all the he's been collecting a little bit extra on the sides because he was the one managing the accounts. He was the one going into town, so
So he skimmed a bit.
he skimmed a bit, and there's about 200 crowns.
Okay. And they had like a lamp they were using for light?
Yeah, a little oil lantern.
Okay.
Good way to get rid of the shack.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Floosh.
So be it.
I'm assuming you nabbed the bag first.
Oh yeah. Nab the satchel, floosh, and we just walk away as the shack burns behind us.
I'll grab all
Absolutely.
3 rifles, just so we have extras.
They are they're shitty,
So-
like muskets and
imagine.
not rifles.
Yeah, flintlock muskets.
I would like to make the flames go from blue to purple to black, and then flicker and make shapes of like fuck, what's
So flintlock muskets.
Yes.
Are they minus 1 flintlock muskets?
Overtaken by monsters.
yeah, like a
No.
giant lizard coming out of the ground, but this is all like the flames are black. I'm using
Mhm.
thaumaturgy to
So
Mhm.
minus 1 flintlock muskets, I'm assuming.
No, they're regular flintlock muskets.
I just want it to burn, but like
They
burn a
are
little.
filthy though.
Somebody knows how to clean, right?
Yeah, but you can definitely
Yes, I have
like
prestidigitation.
modify them.
Yeah, I do too.
Just clean these up for me so I can throw them on my back.
Mm-hmm.
Clean.
I think you're the only one look. I think everyone's doing that cool guys don't look at explosions thing as they walk away, except you, and you're walking backwards, changing it into all kind of fun shape.
And all of us are like, don't look back at the cool fire. Don't look back at the cool fire. It's like changing, like the shadows it's casting are all changing color and shit.
Yeah, you guys are seeing a weird light show in front of you, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
Fuck is going on?
But like the flames are black, and then they're blue, and then they're
Yep.
purple.
Well, you said blue, purple, black, but
They suck.
anyway. All right, let's head on our way then, I guess. Resuming same formation.
Sure.
With all that big light show, I wonder how many people saw it.
How far away are we from town? Pretty far. How many seen it? Maybe one, and they would have just ignored it. Anyway, and you're going to stop and load all 3 flintlock muskets as well.
Okay.
And then are we going due north, Underdark, or do we have a more exact direction?
I thought the exact direction was
HDR.
due north, but if it's not, I give them specific directions.
Yeah, you know, if you go due north, you're gonna come up to the edge of the forest, or the edge of the jungle, and I mean, you might have an easier time getting to the ruins because you'd have the road, but it's probably a shorter trip if you go northwest.
Then we go northwest.
Okay. I mean, you know, it's unpleasant. Even at night, it's humid and hot, and there's bugs. Some of you seem strangely unaffected by those bugs. Others are less fortunate. The jungle's sort of oppressive, but there's nothing really dangerous to you. You may have there, you know. There are probably some animals during these next few hours you encounter that would be dangerous to other folks. But we don't really need to get into discussing them because you dispatched them in like 12 seconds.
Which animals? I'd like to keep the pelts.
Yeah, you can have, I don't know, what's a good,
Depends on the
yeah,
region, but
we'll say-
leopards, tigers.
yeah, well, you know what, fuck it, we'll put a tiger out here. Tigers are fun. You know, tiger pelt. Now, yeah, you travel for most of the day, and you reach a point where the jungle starts to thin out a little bit. You can tell there. It looks like people travel through this portion of the jungle, at least on occasion, because there's a lot less undergrowth, and there appear to be like wild berries and things planted in ways that don't make a lot of sense. It looks like somebody's like set up a little garden here because it's getting close to the edge of the jungle.
Okay.
So there's signs of life.
Yeah, there's definitely been foot traffic through here. Maybe not a lot, but consistent foot traffic through here. You come upon what looks like a big sort of white wall, because what essentially looks like sailcloth has been set up about 8 foot high, with these pillars in front of you, like basically somebody's just set up a big wall made out of tarp.
Well, I imagine that they can just get right over that.
Yeah, I'll fly up and over it. I'm assuming I'm still invisible Underdark.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
I'll forward scout with that then.
Okay. Immediately on the other side is a very narrow walkway. It's about 2 foot wide, really, and then not quite a 90-degree drop, but a very steep incline that descends into a pit that's 30, 40 feet deep. and you can see there are a few people that seem to be working down there, and there are
What time
some
is it?
still sort of the middle of the night. You probably actually you traveled for a long time, so I'd say it's probably getting near dawn. I'd say if you guys started at the, because I'll be nice and not make it
Yeah.
complicated.
I was just clarifying because you said
Um,
it was still like a day to the.
Yeah, I don't want to complicate things. So yeah, um, so you have essentially a big open pit. So it's almost like a quarry or something. It's not quite as big as all that. Um, there are some structures in there. You see what looks like a big sort of stone obelisk. It's got this relief on it that looks pretty horrifying. It's some sort of formless, shapeless monster with eyes all over it. Um,
So I'm right at home.
yeah,
All
so
seeing
you'll
They're all seeing
notice
eyes.
you notice that this wall goes around the entire perimeter of this hole in the ground, and there is like a little tent in the front that looks like it has the entrance inside. And there's desks set up on the far side from where you are, outside under some like little overhangs, and it looks like there's a few people writing down something. They're working on their desks, and there's other people digging and brushing.
But how many personnel is there total? Just that general head count.
Um, you're pretty sure there's someone in that entrance tent. You've seen a little movement. It's hard to tell if it's 1 or 15 people. It's probably one person. And out there, there are 2 more people working at desks outside, and 3 people in the pit dusting.
Anyone armed? Guards, etc.
You don't see anybody in here armed.
Probably that entryway tent though.
Poor bastards.
All right. I'll fly over to the entry tent. Is it open in some sort of way? There's like flaps folded back, or is
Yes,
it
the
closed?
flaps
Okay.
the flaps are folded open on one side. And
So if I landed on
there's
the ground, I could see inside.
yeah,
All right. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna drop down on the ground quietly, and then like just kind of flutter, 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 pop.
absolutely.
Go peek inside the tent real quick. I mean, do you want me to
Um,
roll stealth or?
it's fine. So yeah, inside there, it looks like there's a rug down inside that tent, and there's somebody standing on the rug, and you can see like one leg of a desk, and you're pretty sure 1 foot, like there's somebody sitting at the desk.
But you said there are flaps open. I could probably see right into it, or is there a second area?
I mean, it's a tent, and it has 2 flaps,
Yeah.
and only the flap on one side is open. So from where you are, you can see one person clearly and like the edge of one person. And you can tell there's a carpet in there. There's a desk, you're sure, but you can't see much of it. And there's not much else in the room. It does look like there's a little umbrella stand, like a little bucket to put umbrellas in, and a coat rack. That's about it.
Okay. So 2 people in there, and what dozen you said the other side?
2 people inside and 3 people in the hole.
Oh, okay. I totally misheard you then. I apologize. All right. So we got a whole 5 people to deal with on here. Pretty sure we can bluff our way through that. All right. What are the diggers working on in particular? I'll go down by them.
Okay. Well, you can't see much. They have definitely uncovered what looks like the corner of something. It looks sort of similar to that obelisk that has clearly been uncovered. But
So tip of the iceberg, they're working their way down.
yeah. Mostly they're just sort of gently brushing at the top, and you can see there is some kind of form. There's clearly a relief on this one, just like the other one, but you've you can see less than an inch of it really, so it's hard to tell what it is.
All right.
I'll be right back.
Because it contains information that we need. The archaeological dig will lead to the rest of the ancient cities.
So it's the entrance.
No, it contains information to tell us. Okay, if you look at the big map, it's been a little bit since it's been posted, but if you scroll up, from what Underdark gathered, and this is all metagame because I don't know what information he's actually shared about the other cities. We're all going off of Underdark's word here. The Red Island that we're at is southern to another continent, North America. And that North American continent is where the cities are, as far as what I remember from the it was a couple of sessions ago, but
Okay.
based on the stars and stuff that he could see. So what we're doing is getting information to pinpoint those cities a little bit better.
Okay.
Because those contain the stuff that we actually want to be able to shut down the pestilence and other things going around.
Okay. And the do we know what the dig is supposed to have in it?
No clue. That's where the books that everybody was getting psychic damage from are coming from. Those books came from here.
Oh, okay.
Yep. All caught up?
Yep.
Okay,
Thank you.
No problem. I mean, people miss sessions. It's hard to keep track of who knows what. So. Yeah. All right. Can I gather any more information from this dig site walking around HR?
Most of these people out here are barefoot. The people doing the brushing are barefoot. That's weird. The other people are dressed like they are educated and they have tall boots and
So slave labor. Okay.
yeah, it looks a little suspiciously like it.
All right. So we've got 2 hierarchy people in the tent, and then 3 indentured slaves. It looks like. Okay. So
I'm gonna clarify this again because you've mentioned it twice. There are 2 in the tent, the entry tent,
Yeah.
2 at desks under awnings to the side of the entry tent,
Oh, okay. I missed those 2 ones.
and then 3 in the actual pit.
Okay, so 7. Gotcha. All right, so 7 people to deal with, 4 of which are probably more in charge, and 2 of which that probably will just run away at the first sign of fluttering. You gonna do a bluff play, Underdark? We don't have to kill everything.
So I have this cool ability, but I am a halfling, so I don't know how that'll affect it. But it's called panache, or panache, and I can make anyone a friendly acquaintance without having to magically charm them.
Yeah, but Me and Underdark can bluff like crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
know.
at least
I'm just-
Underdark can deceive. I can persuade. Well,
can,
you probably have me beat on persuasion as well.
yeah,
I'm
I can
11 on
persuade,
persuasion.
deceive, intimidate. If it uses charisma, I got it.
Yeah,
I
I
just
just
want
don't
to.
have proficiencies. You'll be able
Yeah,
to use it in town sometime, maybe.
just
Like
for future
that one
reference.
time that we went to the pawn shop, you could have used that.
I didn't have it at that.
On the guy that threw me out. Yeah.
I didn't
No,
have
you
it.
didn't have it then. No,
No.
fucking useless. It's fucking
It-
useless.
Is the other side of this cloth wall immediately in sight of anyone?
I mean, you're outside in the jungle,
Yes.
so from what you can tell, there's not a lot to see. Based on the report, no, people have their backs to the wall, like that you're close to. Nobody's looking in the direction of like where
Yeah.
you guys are.
I would imagine Deez was in my hair for that whole.
People are working. The people
Scouting.
in the pit are looking down at their work. The people at the desks are looking at their work. The people in the tent are having a conversation, and their visibility out here isn't very good.
So why don't we just cut a slit in the wall and go and we can enter that way. And if you want to try a bluff play, yeah, we can do that. We can just march up in there like we own the damn place.
That's what I was thinking.
Why don't we go in
No.
stealthily and kill every one of them?
So it might not be necessary, and I want to get some information first. Then we can kill it.
Yeah, we don't have to kill everybody right away. Okay, while I still have the invisibility, I'm going to get a closer look at the two in the entry tent. Not the ones under the awning, the other two.
Mm-hmm.
Is there enough, space in the open flat for me able to duck inside without making any movement or bumping anything?
Make stealth. The answer is probably.
Can't you cast Pass Without a Trace on somebody else too?
I mean, if you think there's a concern you're going to get caught, just let me do Arcane Eye.
Well, I wanna just have some fun. I mean, I have to come a plus 17 to stealth, so.
It's up to you.
Just don't. Literally, just don't roll a 1. You're invisible. What the fuck?
Is that good?
Yeah. Yeah, you're fine.
Alright, I'll slip inside the tent then and get a better look at them with Dee still in my hair so Underdark can see what's going on.
Okay, so what you can see, is there are two men. They're having a conversation about a card game, and seems pretty irrelevant to you. The man here seems to be like the foreman of the dig site. He looks educated, like he might be a professor at a university or something. He also looks pretty well off. The man he is conversing with, he's a little younger. Maybe he could be a student. As are the people that were outside at the awnings, really. And from in here, you can tell. You can see their shadows a little bit on the other side of this tent. Outside, facing the city, there are definitely at least 2 guards stationed out there.
Alright. Yeah, I suppose I could just use Sense Blood. Tells me the exact location of any blood within 60 feet of me. Alright, so I'll relay the information. Well, I'll tap my hair and point at the shadows for D's to look at the 2 shadows. So Underdark's informed of the extra people we'll have to deal with.
At any point, do they mention the foreman's name?
Is the professor's name mentioned at all? On a piece of paper I could overlook and read?
He doesn't. His name doesn't come up in the conversation, but he calls the younger man Archie. Archie just refers to the man as Professor after you sit there for a minute. That's about it. You don't see anything on the desk that immediately has a name on it. You do see there is an initial on the bag, like there's essentially a briefcase to the side of this desk.
Initial stenciled into it.
Yeah, it's got a W on it, just a W.
I was gonna say, I swear to God, if you just say JJA.
No, it has a W.
What?
JJ Abrams.
Why would it have a J.J. Abrams?
Movie stuff. Never mind. All right. Which side of the desk is the briefcase on, and which way are the gentlemen facing?
It is on the it's on the professor's left, closest to the entrance to the tent that you traveled through. And they're having a conversation across the desk from each other.
So it's out of the corner of their eye. They could see it. Okay.
Yeah. This is also
where's that coat rack?
It's on the opposite corner of the room. It's against the far wall, in the corner behind them, or behind the student farthest from you.
Well, with double dashing, I've got 180 feet of movement. How fast is that in miles per hour?
I mean, you could move across this room in like no time. It's like 10 feet by 10 feet or something.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. I'm going to knock the coat rack over, grab the briefcase, and go back to the interior, and then fly up and over the wall the nearest point.
Okay. Sleight of hand.
So basically, going for knocking over the coat rack, they both look at it and then snag the briefcase and bring it to Underdark so we can go through it.
That's why I asked for sleight of hand.
All right.
While all this is going on, I've used the knife to cut a slit into this cloth so that everyone can get in if we have to.
Absolutely. Okay, was that your sleight of hand?
Yeah, 20. That's plus 11 for my sleight of hand.
Okay. Well, let's. Since they would both be actively looking around the room, I'll give them a chance with their perception.
I mean, I am moving pretty quick, so even if they see the briefcase go out the curtain.
The professor immediately is like, the fuck? And the student turns around. I mean, you don't even know, actually, what he says, but he's asking, what is it? What is it? And now you hear the word guards.
Do we hear them yelling for guards?
Deez is on my shoulder still.
Yes,
I know.
In my hair.
Okay, I'm going to step in. Will the two guards, the two guys in the desks, and the interior of that tent fit within a 30-foot cube?
Probably easily.
The two guys at the desk, the two guys in the tent,
all 6 hostiles.
and the two guards.
Will they fit in a 30-foot cube?
I think you could get all but one of the people at one of the desks outside.
Good enough. I'll step in, and it is hypnotic pattern.
Neat.
So whiz saves for the 5 that get hit.
Meanwhile,
Basically, twisting patterns of colors weave through the air in front of them. Fail, fail, fail.
Where's my?
Fail.
does a 20 pass?
Yes, a 20 would pass. The DC is 20. Still fail.
All of those good rolls, like, oh.
No, they don't have good mods.
All 5 are now incapacitated with a speed of 0. They are essentially charmed by
They're
the
tripping
spell.
balls.
Yeah, except for that one last
They-
guy. That last guy has to die.
Now, we could just leave him really confused because he's just a grunt at a desk.
Yeah.
Personally.
So you were reasonably far away when you did that. There's a lot of commotion coming from the tents. So while these guys are charmed,
They're incapacitated and have speed 0.
yeah,
Say
it
they're more
looks,
tripping balls.
it looks like, what are they, just staring blankly into space?
Yeah.
Essentially.
Okay. Yeah, this guy hasn't even noticed you guys. It looks like he just walks up to them and he's just like waving his hand in front of them because he's confused.
See, we don't have to kill him. Alright. Well, I'm going to rifle through this briefcase as quickly as I can to get as much information as I can.
Well, then that guy is going to have to make a wisdom save against Toll the Dead. Uh, 15 necrotic.
He just sort of goes limp all of a sudden.
Okay.
Alright, what are the 3 doing then? The miners, or diggers, or whatever you want to call them. The indentured slaves.
They're not paid to ask questions. They're not paid. They're still doing what they were told because nobody told them to do
Good.
something different.
Well, then I just walk in and while he's rifling through the briefcase and find the professor guy, yeah?
Yeah.
Sucky, sucky.
Quite forward of you. Okay.
Did he at least give you $5 first?
Okay, so yeah, he's been working at this dig site for a while. They've uncovered this obelisk. The people that originally uncovered it, they were students, and they had some negative effects after prolonged exposure, staring at it during the whole time they were digging. So when they discovered the second one, they decided to start using the slave labor. Those students are all dead. The ones that uncovered the original. They were in the asylum. They have a sanitarium, but yeah, they did not last very long.
Okay. Given that he's a learned man, does he have any interesting proficiencies?
Probably.
Because I gained them
Basically-
from sucking up his brain.
Basically, Underdark at this point, you should just tell him what you're not proficient in. So that he
I
can
am
just
not
check it off the
proficient
list.
in animal handling, arcana, insight, investigation, medicine, nature, performance, sleight of hand, and that's it.
Medicine and investigation. You probably already know all the languages he knows.
Probably. I know all the modern languages in the thing, plus some others.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Does he survive having
Undercommon
his brain
epistle.
sucked out?
very much no.
Okay. So say it does 48 damage to him, so if he survives that, we may have a problem.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's very dead. You can roll it if you like.
I'm kind of curious.
Sure.
He could roll all 4s, or all 1s.
I didn't.
He is very dead.
He's very, very dead.
I'll also go to his apprentice and do the same thing just to make sure his like apprentice didn't know anything additional to that.
Okay.
The guy that was in the tent with the professor. Oh, did I learn his
Yeah.
name?
Yeah.
Did I learn his name first? It's just erased now.
I should have made one of you call it. I'm going to use your order in the thing. That's usually what I do, which means underwinds. But yeah, you also learn it. W stands for white. Yep.
Damn racists.
Okay.
Sorry, Professor White.
Yeah, and I suck up the apprentice as well.
Absolutely.
Who's behind it? Professor Hyde White.
Is there anything in there that would actually be additional to that information, or is it just, he's actually a student, not like a spy?
He's a student, and it seems like he was kept in the dark and not told that much about some of the irregular properties of that item that they were digging up.
Right. So basically, what I would expect to learn from that. He didn't know anything else. He wasn't secretly like working against them or anything. He's not actually like a triple agent working for, the eldritch entity that owns this obelisk.
No.
Did any of them have rings?
You do learn that he has been having nightmares the past few nights.
Well, now he doesn't have to worry about that anymore.
None of them are wearing rings that you can tell.
That might have been something good to ask before we killed two of them. I mean, I'm just kind of shrugging. Like, all right, well, I mean, the vampires can eat the other guys. I have no use for them.
Alright, I'll grab up the other three. You
Yep.
killed one.
Yep. Start splitting them up like one for you and one for me.
And
And
while they're doing that, I want to go look at that obelisk that the workers and stuff, the one that's already uncovered and the one that the workers are looking at. What do we got?
Okay.
Here?
Yeah, there's a big, horrible. It's almost like it's vaguely shaped like an egg, and it's covered in eyes, and it's got weird tendrils, and it's on this circular obelisk. So it's really hard to see the whole thing at once because it wraps around.
Well, I guess I follow it and get like a good look at the whole outer diameter.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's weird looking. The obelisk itself is pretty big, so the thing, if it's as big as the depiction, has to be at least 8 feet tall. It doesn't look like any entity you are directly familiar with.
Right. Does it look like it implies anything like, push here to open?
No, it looks pretty solid to you. Um, I mean, it doesn't look like it has any like loose pieces or anything that could move on it.
No handprints, that would like match up with my hand to put it on.
No, there's nothing really, even other than the eyes. There's nothing that looks very human on this thing at all. You don't see a mouth anywhere. The tendrils don't have any digits.
What is the obelisk sitting on?
I mean, it's uncovered enough to see the entire image, and it looks like there's a stone-like pedestal, but it's all carved out of one solid piece, as far as you can tell. You can see a little bit under the edge of the pedestal on one side, but they haven't uncovered the whole thing. There's a little bit of pedestal left in dirt. It basically, it looks like as soon as they realized that that's where it ended, they stopped working on it.
Right, and this other obelisk that they're working on is set lower into the ground than this?
Yeah, it's a lot lower to the ground, yeah. It's also at a bit of an angle. It's not like this one is standing straight up. This other one doesn't look like it's standing straight up.
And from the books with all the visions and stuff, did this obelisk and these images ever show up in those?
No, you don't recognize this obelisk, but you also don't recognize the creature. You don't remember seeing the obelisk, but you do have like this really weird sense of familiarity with it.
Be the thing that was
Aha!
under
It's the
the sea.
captain's true form. No hands, no body, just tentacles and eyes. He's Oobleck with
About
eyes
the
and
thing that lives
tentacles.
under the water.
No, that had distinct hand-like tentacles.
It's the legendary hentai monster.
Yes, that it was.
Oh my, a legendary hentai monster.
And this other obelisk that they're uncovering, does it have the same image on it?
You can't see an image on it because they haven't gotten far enough. You can see about an inch of an image, and it doesn't really look the same. But it's hard to tell. Maybe the thing's upside down.
Does anybody have mold
Probably
earth?
not.
Does anyone in Mold Earth?
Does anybody have mold earth?
I might. I can answer that in like 2 minutes when I get
Did
to
you also kill the slaves, or are any of the slaves alive?
No, they're still working, I assume.
Do you say, does anybody have mold earth out loud?
No.
Yeah, I probably did.
One of the slaves stands up, and he looks around.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Nothing to see here. These are not the droids you're looking for.
So do you
what's
guys like
everybody's
working
pass-
here?
What's everybody's passive perception?
16.
Okay, Periel, you notice
25.
there's something on that slave's hand.
15.
Something shiny.
Like, shiny how?
Shiny and gold.
Oh shit.
Shiny and gold. I don't know what that means.
When I have noticed as well the passive of 25.
Yeah.
Alright. I'll point him out to the captain that he's got a signet ring on.
Oh, right.
Hey, so what's going on here?
I'll flash him my signet ring so he knows that we're friendly.
His posture immediately changes. He looked hunched over and very malnourished, but as soon as he sees you, he straightens up his back, and he looks like half a foot taller. And his accent doesn't sound like he's from around here at all. The other slaves are a little weirded out, but they don't want to ask any questions. He says, "I know Middle Earth."
Oh, great. Well, why don't you just save us all a lot of time and uncover this obelisk? Let's take a look at it.
I would like to be back in the shadows, away, out of sight.
I'm sure these fellows here would appreciate a break.
I'll just be passing out some reading material.
Yeah, he shoos those other guys away, and he gets to work. It doesn't take him very long. The slaves, that you hear some muttering under their breath. This guy has been with them for a long time, digging, and they seem off put by this.
I think they'd also be rather, put off when they like get out of the pit, and like that tent full of like their overlords is just massacred.
Yeah, they don't seem super comfortable with the situation. So yeah, this obelisk definitely has a different creature on it.
Does the obelisk weigh more than 500 pounds?
It looks like it probably weighs in that ballpark.
Well, because I can cast levitate to move objects vertically that up to 500 pounds to get them like out of the pit and set them up on top of the surface.
It's probably a little over that, but not by too much.
I'll help push.
Yeah, if you help push, he can probably levitate to move it.
Just don't unlevitate it.
Yeah. I'll be careful and not crush anyone's foot.
Great. Okay, so with some assistance, you levitate the object and set it down. You're pretty sure that's right side up. It does have a pedestal at the bottom.
During all of this, I would like to not be paying attention to what they're doing and specifically just watching what this guy is doing. Like the creepy slave guy.
The guy with the signet ring that's on our side.
Yeah, he has a Cartiguan accent, and he immediately changes his demeanor as soon as he talks to you guys, and yeah.
He's from the Order of Locana Meta. He's on our side.
Oh, that's what the ring was?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I caught on to what AGR was pointing out as soon as he said gold on the finger. I was like, oh, okay, signet ring.
Yeah.
When he said there was something shiny in the hand, I'm like, God, crap! The slave's gonna try to stab me, isn't he?
As soon as he said shiny, I was like, does he got a knife, a spoon? What's going on here?
I'm gonna get shanked.
With a passive perception of 16, would I see the ring?
I would have pointed it out.
Yeah, it was pointed out a while ago, and you would have had to be paying really close attention because he's been wearing it, but he's pretty good at he was keeping his hand out of view of anybody like 99% of the time.
Okay.
Basically, think of the ring like a championship ring.
Yep.
For football, and
Yep.
he probably had it turned inside out, so it just looked like a wedding band.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
All right, so
Casually do that.
I mean,
it's not comfortable.
yeah. When the alternative is it's going to get taken away from you and people are going to start asking questions, and yes, you can do it.
That's fair.
It's likely that's not the least comfortable place that ring's been.
I was about to say, he's a slave, but he has a ring. Where is he keeping that ring?
Right next to the pocket watch.
Exactly. So, so you uncover it. There's a very large monster on this other obelisk. It doesn't have tendrils on it. No.
What does it have?
Teeth.
Even better.
Big teeth. Sharp spikes.
Does it look like a glib?
Well, actually, Jean, you've seen dinosaurs. It's a little like a dinosaur.
Okay.
I've seen dinosaurs.
Yeah, I'm afraid you've seen dinosaurs. All of you that have seen dinosaurs and remember it because there's at least one of you who has seen dinosaurs but doesn't remember due to a wish.
Yeah.
You know this isn't a dinosaur, but it looks kind of like a dinosaur. It's got real big teeth and a real long tail and real big claws and real big spikes.
Does it have big
Does
wings?
it have wings?
No wings.
It's not a dragon.
It's a gibble.
So, well, I guess we'll interrogate this guy with the ring. You know, what does he know about the dig?
You mean question, ask, not interrogate.
I meant what I said. I said what I meant.
It can be a nice interrogation.
He tells you he's been here about 3 weeks, and from what he's heard, several of the previous people here have basically had to take long-term sabbaticals. He's diplomatic about it at first and vague, but he pretty quickly is like, yeah, they went loony before I got here, and there's there has been some scuttlebutt that there was a book found at the base of this other obelisk. I don't see one in the hole you left, but
If they found a book, where would they have taken it?
So I have not been on. I haven't been in the colonies for that long. I would imagine back to the university. I doubt it would be publicly viewable. The professor has some colleagues that come in and out of here every so often. They may know more about it.
Okay. I'd also like to use levitate to pick up the first obelisk just to check under it.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing under the other obelisk.
Okay.
I mean, it's clear now after what he said that it looks like they dug up that one corner and they found something. But it really didn't look clear that was the case before. But once you move the thing, you can see there is a space where there was clearly something. Maybe rectangular, maybe a box or something under this thing.
Is there any other parts of the dig besides these two obelisks?
There are some smaller artifacts. It looks like at some of those desks there was some pottery, but there wasn't really anything that looked too suspect over there. Other than the fact that the pottery was sort of misshapen. I mean, elaborate, sort of artistically misshapen.
Does there appear to be any other structures below the obelisks?
There's no clear indication of any other structures.
Well, what are your plans now, then?
Well, I thought this was going to take forever with these people watching over my shoulder every minute. Honestly, I was just supposed to report back with whatever I could find out about this dig site.
To whom?
He holds his ring up.
Yes, I know. I'm asking who your point of contact is. Who's your handler?
There's a shop owner back on the mainland in Deep Harbor who knows the governor.
So you're out here alone with no support.
That is the nature of the job, unfortunately. It's not my first dangerous assignment.
I'm sure, but we're planning on raiding the university next. I don't know if you want to remain in town or not while we do that.
You can always help. Mold Earth. We just tunnel. I think that strategy's worked before.
Well, I mean, if you need a tunnel, I'm sure I can oblige, but
Oh, I was just planning on walking in the front door.
yes, well, dressed as you are, I might not recommend that, but yeah.
Did we put on Zentic uniforms?
Well, several of the
That's why I asked
several of
Underdark if he pulled them or not.
I don't know about the uniforms, but these men stay here for many hours. Very often they get dirty. You may be able to find a few changes of clothes.
Into like scholars' robes or something.
I mean, these guys are dressed in like fancy shirts and vests and spectacles, really.
Okay.
The professor himself had like a long coat and a like a cravat and a big hat.
Cravat.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe tunneling then would be the best option, if you don't mind.
It may be a bit time consuming, but I'm sure we can.
I can make it a bit quicker.
Great. Then I turn to the other slaves. Now, for you lot. Do you understand me?
They all stand so very still. So very, very, very still. The pair of them are just standing. You get the feeling they're pretending they don't exist, right?
If I was to let you go, what would you do? Where would you go?
The the other one, the man with the ring, is going to tell you, well, they can't walk the streets. They don't really have much of anywhere to go. Having worked with these men for a while, I would hate to see anything unfortunate happen to them. I will be booking passage for myself. So long as they can keep their mouths shut as well as they are right now, I believe I could probably get them out of the country, get them back to the mainland with me.
Well, either that or they can come aboard my ship and serve as crew. It's a choice I leave to them.
Our
Tell them they'll
seven
get shoes.
chips.
Tell them they'll go get shoes. We have plenty of boots to go around. There's an extra 200 pairs for some reason.
Yeah.
Strangest thing.
They're red though. That's the
Um,
only downside.
They sort of give these really nervous smiles, and they look over at the one person here they know. You're pretty sure they want to go with him.
Fine with me.
It's all right.
All right, let's go right to university. So I think we just all leave through that slit that we cut in the barricade.
Absolutely.
I'll take those 2 guards rifles as well.
Sure thing. Well, those guys were on the side of the tent, so you'd have had to have dragged them in. But we'll just hand wave that.
Oh, we ate them. Well, at least I ate them. Leon got one of them.
But yeah, it's fine.
Is that a lot of muskets?
No, those are rifles.
Now, is the university towards the outskirts of town?
The university is sort of in the middle of town. It's probable there's some access via the sewer system. The city doesn't have much of one, but the rich, they do have some infrastructure. I imagine we could tunnel in and bust our way in into the sewers and have a short journey.
Works for me.
Yeah, so
By the way,
essentially,
how on the level does this guy seem? Is he leading us into a trap?
roll yourself an insight check.
I'm curious as well, so I'm gonna roll insight. Not because you rolled 1. I was about to say that before you rolled that.
I fully trust this guy, and I'm going with him.
Okay. Ruffles, you've you've worked with people from the order before, and occasionally they're looking to get something for themselves out of a deal, but really no matter you've never had an experience with someone from the order where they would be outright disloyal to other people in the order. You've really never had a negative experience like that.
Why do I sense a butt? Or there is no butt. Okay.
But this man's not really in the order.
He killed somebody and stole the ring and didn't know what it was. And he also can cast Mold Earth, question mark. Anyway, alright, I'll see Underdark's eyes go red and I'll just do like a hand gesture. Just chill. He's good.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I fully trust this guy. I rolled a 1.
Well, no, I would have seen the curiosity in your eyes before.
Yeah, with a one, you just have no idea. You just have no idea. It's just incredibly hard to read this guy. He totally caught you by surprise, and you're
With a 1, you're going, do I trust this guy? I have no fucking clue. I really do not. I do not know at all if I trust this guy.
pretty much.
But I'll see the curiosity and I just give you a low-key hand wave.
Roll
How
insight.
close is this?
Maybe that's a hand wave. Maybe that's the kill the guy hand wave.
God.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Is that the eat his brains now hand wave or the we're all friends hand wave? They're so similar.
No, the The Eat His Brains Now one is the one that looks like, well, you know, a circle and a stick.
The one that looks like someone needs to pay you $5 for.
Yep, that one. That's the Eat His Brains Now one. We will save that for future reference.
Then I suppose we're off to university.
Okay. So
Should we take a long rest? I mean, should you guys take a long rest? Because me and Leon can't.
I mean, I'm good.
You used a lot of spell slots.
I've used one spell slot.
it's getting to be nearly morning, so I will point that.
All right,
Yeah,
fine. We'll go hide in the
marched
woods
all
and take a long rest.
Okay. Nothing in these woods could possibly kill you, so it goes off just fine.
It can try. Did I get any pelts?
Did you rest or did you try to get pelts?
Oh, on watch. Did anything attack us while I was on watch?
No.
No. Okay.
So, yeah, proceeding onward. Yeah, your rest goes off. Everything's fine. This gentleman, basically over breakfast, is informing you that, by the way, his name is Javier, and he's pretty sure that you guys can travel overland across some of the sort of rural agricultural zone here to get most of the way to town. There's a fairly large orchard you guys could travel through that would probably provide you enough cover to get close to town. And yeah. And from there, he can tunnel you under the wall, and it may take most of a day, but he's pretty sure he can get you to the entrance of the sewer.
Okay.
You get the feeling this isn't the first time he's done something like this. So yeah, it goes pretty much as you'd expect.
Okay. First though, who wants temporary hit points?
I'm at
I'll
152.
take 'em.
I'm good.
I'll take them if no one else wants them, because I generally have low.
Okay, 22 hit points to him.
I'm squishy. I would also.
And to
Not
Amorfrey.
terribly. Oh, sweet. How many people can you give it to?
5 people total.
Might as well.
So we're at 2 out of the. So there's 3 more. Anyone else want 22
take
temp
it.
hit points? Okay. The boss gets it. Anyone else? Some of you already have
I'll take
sources
some.
for it. Okay. Wilfred can have some. All right. Then we go.
Okay. So yeah, it takes most of the day, or most of the night, to get you guys across and to a point where you can start your tunnel.
I thought you said it was morning.
It was morning. You took a long rest.
Good point. So most of the afternoon. That's where I got confused.
Yeah, it takes you like basically from sundown until nearly the next morning to get across all the agricultural area, across the orchard that you were using for cover, and get like basically enough tunnel dug that everyone is in the tunnel.
Emma, you were saying something about making this go faster.
I have mold earth.
Awesome. Well, between the two of you, you are able to make your way all the way to what appears to be a brick wall by what you're pretty sure is it was about lunchtime the next day. Yeah, but it's pretty like it takes a long time, so you're getting tired at that point.
I'll take a rest on this side of the wall, so we don't
Sure.
have interruptions, and then we can pop through the wall and say hello to the university.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Probably send me in stealth first to get a feel for it, see what we're going up against.
At some point while this is going on, your friend drops back and lets Amifrey continue to mold Earth while he goes and disguises the front entrance of the tunnel.
Smart man. Effectively sealing us in.
It's just some brush.
Oh, okay. I was thinking he molded Earth the door shut.
He does not. He likes to breathe.
How
Hey,
deep
what a
under the building
coincidence.
are we?
Because I was going to point that out for the long rest, if that's what he did.
What a coincidence. So does some of our party.
Yeah.
Only some, though.
I don't really need to breathe.
Yeah, breathing's overrated.
I do,
How
but
far under the building are we?
I, too, enjoy respirating.
You guys are probably about 20, 30 feet below street level. You're not directly under a building yet. You're under basically the middle of the city, because only the downtown middle of the city has any kind of infrastructure for an actual sewer system.
Okay, so we're in a sewer system drilling the hole under the place. I
Have you
forgot the
ever
word.
seen Ocean's 12?
Nope,
13?
but I think nope.
Have you ever seen a movie film for cinema?
Yes.
Okay, we're making progress here.
Have you ever seen a heist movie where they tunneled into the bank vault?
Yes.
That's what we're doing. But into a university instead of a bank vault.
All right, we're going. Are we trying to get into their basement or something?
Yeah, we're going for their magical artifact stash.
Do you remember that scene in The Witcher 3 when Dandelion blew up a vault?
Yes, I'm fairly aware of how heists work, Meta. Yes.
Okay.
Remember the scene from Parts of the Caribbean where, never mind.
And if
He
that
wakes up
doesn't
in the
work,
safe.
they'll just burn the university down.
And then they pulled the bank away with horses. That literally made no sense.
have you ever played Payday 2?
So,
Yeah.
continuing, there's a wall in front of you.
Yep. We are going to take a long rest.
Okay, you take a long rest. I don't think anybody's going to bother you down here.
Can I peek my head through the wall?
Yeah, there's a sewer.
I'm sorry, what?
I mean, like the wall. What's on the other side of the wall? I'd like to stick my head through and look.
No, there's a sewer on the other side of the wall. You're
okay,
in
just more
a dirt
We
tunnel.
tunneled to the sewer.
Yeah, that's the outer wall of the sewer. You're outside the sewer,
I'm sorry.
and then
I
you're
had that
inside.
backwards.
I'm sorry, did you just say you put your head through the wall?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Nothing happened.
You didn't see anything.
Okay, well, I was sleeping, so I didn't see anything, but as a player, I'm sorry, he just said he put his head through the wall.
Yeah, I put my
I
head
had the
through the wall.
DM's approval, so yeah.
Yeah, why is that a problem?
What's wrong?
No, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. I'm just saying he put his head through the wall.
Uh-huh.
I'm not following.
Yeah, I don't get why this is something to be brought up.
Alright, before we progress into the sewers, I can go grab a cigarette real quick.
Okay.
Stop smoking.
Yeah, please, please. Okay, I guess we'll all take a break while this guy kills himself slowly. I'm gonna heat up something in the microwave.
I mean,
You know he
I-
can still hear us, right?
Yes.
I shape reality with nothing more than a will and a whim. Why is someone sticking their head through a wall so unbelievable?
So this is how I imagined we took those people in that little shack.
Yes.
I love it.
Oh my god, this is great.
What the fuck?
How has anyone here not seen this already? 50
I've
times
seen it.
with
I've
different
seen it. I just
background.
love it. It's so funny.
But it's great.
What's it from? I've never seen what it's from, but I've seen that GIF.
It's
Like I'm actually at Waco.
It's it's pronounced GIF.
You're wrong.
I mean, I pronounce it Jeff, but
You just do
Like
that
the
to
peanut
irritate
butter?
me.
The GIF heretics must be burned.
I mean, AGR can say it however he wants, but Meta, if you want to pronounce it GIF, that's fine as long as you're okay with being wrong about everything.
Nope.
I mean, everyone knows the proper pronunciation is guy.
it's a GIFA.
GIF.
Yeah.
It's an if. The G is silent.
So I'm not sure if my PDF has been updating right. Jean, are you level 15?
All right, I'll be right back.
I do, in fact, have 15 levels.
Okay.
Weather's nice outside.
But that's not all he's got.
And what was our reasoning in character for bringing Wilfred along when we have no idea who he is?
What, Wilfred?
In character, he's the head of our SWAT team.
Oh, he is actually the head of the SWAT team? Okay.
So has Wilfred gone through a formal introduction with the group?
Not yet.
Nope.
Okay.
Lyle's just sitting there like, who the fuck is that guy? Oh, by the way, Wilfred, do I have to continue making like insight checks or something?
No. I haven't been doing anything with your body for a while now.
AGR, how many people are present? It's just Jean, Amifrey, Leon.
Present party, yeah. We left Micmic's character on the ship to captain the Hungary to make sure that the other crew stay in line. Because they're not all our crew.
Is Wilfred present with the party?
I mean, he just poked his head through the wall. He's present, but he's not present.
Can we see him?
Not where I'm hiding.
Tell me what Lyle sees, hears, feels, or notices.
You see the party of the six of us.
Okay.
6 of us, yeah, 6 of us.
Yeah,
And
6.
then the digger dude, so 7. Yeah, the order member, and then the
So Jean,
6 of us.
Amifrey,
DeBosque,
Leon,
Padre.
and then the digger, and then Lyle can look down and see himself if he wants to.
And you hear us, and you feel us.
You probably smell us too. It's been like an entire day underground.
And, you know, through your 2-day hike and a day underground. So we smell great. Hey, Captain, you want to press digitate me real quick, please?
I'll subtle spell prestidigitate.
I don't know
dude's
I
using
smell
mold
bad
art.
because I don't have to breathe. So it's a
Yeah, but I'm a girl.
You can still smell, even if you don't have to breathe.
Why?
You can, but you can also choose to not smell.
I mean, if I'm not breathing in air into my nose, I
He
really.
can choose not to smell, but he smells anyway.
Hey!
Somebody got it. Finally caught a gibble. Now I'm leveling the fucker up.
Are you actually playing Pokemon?
Yeah, play Pokemon Platinum. You want me to ear rape you?
Please don't. I actually have headphones in.
That's not even really loud.
No.
I'm feeling nostalgic.
I've learned not to hold it so close now. Underdark. That was my mistake. I had it at full volume, literally right next to the microphone, and I'm like, oh, I probably shouldn't have done that.
So you know
Yeah, I
what's
was
really
holding
funny?
8 inches away.
You know what's really funny? I took my headphones out right as I said it, so I heard you playing it, but it didn't actually hurt me. It hurt everyone else.
It wasn't really that loud. I have audio feedback set up through my headphones, so I hear myself because they're sound canceling. So I don't yell, essentially.
Alright.
That's why I talk quietly sometimes, is because I turn my head and I can hear myself fine. But people are like, you're mumbling. I'm like, oh, sorry.
I don't know, I'm mumbling, you're mumbling.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Roll for mumbling.
What do I roll for that?
Charisma?
I have no fucking idea. I'm kidding. So, yeah.
Shouldn't that be stealth? Because I would do really good on that.
Can
What
I
would
curse
you-
it for a level?
So you're in a hole in the.
Alright. How structurally sound does the brick wall look?
It looks like it's fairly recently constructed in the past. You know, I mean, it's less than 5 years old probably.
Okay. I'll chip at the mortar at one of the bricks and get a brick loose. You know, gently and quietly, not breaking through the wall like Kool-Aid Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're
I
not
can
doing
fireball it. I can
that. Yeah,
fireball
we're
it.
not doing that.
I can disintegrate it.
Big fucking hole coming right up.
Disintegrate might actually be reasonable.
Disintegrate would be reasonable. It's
It would
a
just
bit
make it-
overkill for a brick wall that we can just pick apart.
Yeah.
I can disintegrate it.
Disintegrate a human-sized doorway, please. Can you be that
Is this what
specific
you
with
do?
this? Can you be that specific with disintegrate?
How big of a human?
I mean, in reality, we could just make a 1-inch hole and send the eye. If we
We could
wanted to
do-
be boring.
I mean, you could just pull out one brick and then I can send the eye into
You can
that.
disintegrate a 10-foot cube portion of an object. So
All right, we'll just pick the wall apart. We'll take an extra hour and pick the wall apart.
Okay. Manual breach it is.
okay, you guys have picks.
I have daggers.
Do you guys have picks?
I have daggers, and they have
I-
mortar.
I have 17 strength
I give
Okay.
Burger my dagger.
and enhanceability.
I
Okay.
give Burger my dagger.
Roll damage.
With a dagger.
It's a D4
Plus-
plus Dex.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you get a big chunk of mortar out.
How long is it going to take at this rate compared to an actual pick?
a long time.
Well, we only need to get one section of mortar out.
How much steel do we have?
We just need a
Oh
1-inch.
yeah, wait. He's got fabricate. I have a couple of random muskets that I don't actually need that probably have a decent amount of metal in them. There you go, 3 muskets.
Commodore, do we have 10 minutes?
Yes.
Subtle spell fabricate.
You all of a sudden have this really lovely pickaxe. It's made out
think
of
we could-
all.
Well, it's got wood handles on the muskets, so we can make a wood-handled, metal-headed pickaxe or 2.
I mean, all steel is fine with me.
It's very nice.
Can we get a hammer and chisel out of that too?
I don't know. Do you spend the time making those objects as well?
Well, he can make a large-size project. Couldn't the project be a pickaxe and a hammer and chisel?
Just make a breaching tool.
There you go. That's what he made.
Absolutely. Sure. Fuck it.
He made a sledgehammer with a giant pick on it.
One kind of big fucking hole coming right up.
Quietly.
One
just
kind of big
Roll
fucking
that like
hole.
a great hammer or something.
No. It's a breaching
Keep
tool.
drilling, you piece of shit.
It's like 2 great hammers.
Do the portable ram.
No, it's literally a breaching tool.
Yeah, but roll it like a like it's a great hammer or something.
Oh,
and then,
okay.
Gerber
That
Ding
is
Dong breaching
6
tool?
plus strength. Is it dex?
I did more damage with the dagger.
Amberfrey is not familiar with this item and uses the wrong end.
With
What did that
22
do?
intelligence.
You used your 22 intelligence to invent a breaching tool that does not exist.
You're all tapped for intelligence.
You're
Well,
still
better for
figuring
the
out.
last.
You're still figuring out how it works.
Alright, flip it around in round 2.
Great.
Roll 4d6, keep higher 2.
There we go.
Great. And then we'll double that because it's a siege weapon, isn't it? So, yeah, 22 damage. You knock several bricks out. You knock 4 bricks out, and you can see into the sewer.
One kind of big fucking hole coming right up.
Great. I send the arcane ion.
And then continue making the hole.
Great. It's a sewer. There's not a lot in here. It's dark. There's a stream of, gray water. There's little holes in various places on the opposite wall where there's a little bit of like a trickle of water coming through. Occasionally, there's more.
Okay. It's all clear, guys.
Alright, so he can go full tilt with that thing now, make a decent sized hole.
Now that there's a hole in it, he really doesn't have to do much. I'm afraid she can just wail on it and the wall comes.
Alright, while maintaining its structural integrity, so making a bit of an arc to it.
Yeah. This system seems like it's pretty structurally sound, even with a hole in the wall.
Perfect. I suppose I just realized probably could have used fabricate and fabricated the bricks into something else that wasn't in our way.
Yeah, but this is multiple use.
Yeah, and we can keep it and use it again. Oh yeah, I suppose I should strike those 3 sledges off, or 3 flints off my inventory.
All right,
Yeah,
guys, I have to cut out early tonight.
All right. Have a good night, mister.
Have a
Have a
good
good
one.
night.
Good night, Leon. Hey, we can be stealthy again. Anyway, alright. So, Burger, you've got a breaching tool in your inventory now. Weighs about 30 pounds.
I mean, I can carry 255 without a problem. So, that's no biggie.
All right. So we're in the sewers.
Stinks a lot.
It's a good thing I don't have to smell it.
I don't smell anything.
You look over. I have a nose, but there's no nostrils.
I'm just gonna prestidigitate the inside of my nose to smell like roses.
I can't smell.
You smell roses and something else.
It's slightly better, isn't it?
It's about 21% better.
Shit colored roses.
But you're pretty sure if this continues much longer, every time you smell roses, you're going to think of this place.
Shit.
Exactly.
Alright, I'm gonna change it to really salty water. Like Dead Sea salty.
So every
Okay.
time we're on the ocean, you're going to think of shit.
Yes. It's better
Probably
than it's
Just
better than
pointing that
thinking
out.
shit.
We're on sailing ships that sail on salt water.
It's better than at a romantic event where I'm getting roses or at some kind of performance that I won't be doing. Actually, I might be
You would
doing
rather
performances.
spend your whole life. Why did you do like? I don't know. Hold on, let me actually think about this for a minute. Something that smells nice, but you wouldn't smell often.
It
God, that's
doesn't
a
even have
riddle
to,
right there.
it doesn't even have to smell nice. It just has to smell decent.
The smell of gasoline.
Bronze. Nobody uses bronze for anything, right?
Smell of bronze.
Ozone.
Ozone. There you go. The only time you'll ever smell it is when lightning strikes.
The smelly
Or
ex-wife's pussy.
There
No,
you go.
no. Wait,
God damn it.
smell what?
The smell of your ex-wife's pussy.
There's still a chance I'd run into
Yeah.
that. I mean, what?
Yeah, but you won't be
Who cares?
sentimental about it when you.
Yep, but who cares if it smells like shit? It probably already does.
Brings back
Alright.
fond
It's
memories.
probably in your best interest if it does. It's probably in your best interest if it does, yeah. But okay, proceeding. There's not a lot to say. It just stinks a lot, and you're pretty sure the university's to the left.
Alright, I'll go ahead then. If you want to throw D's on my shoulder, Underdark.
Sure.
Or in my hair. Are you gonna stealth me too? Or invisible?
Yeah, I can turn you invisible.
Alright. I will go 30 yards ahead of the party, maintaining a slow walk.
Great.
I would also like to be stealth. But
So
behind
as
the
you
party.
as you walk and approach where you're pretty sure the university is, you start to smell something that doesn't. It's not the water.
It's the piss in the water.
So it gets stronger, is what you're saying?
No, this is not the same. This is Oh, it's death. It's definitely death. That's what it is. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
so I smelled that. Fabulous.
So, long story short, you guys wander your way through the sewer for, about 10 more minutes, and then you find that there is an intersection. Now, there's some bars over the stream in the middle here, and a door on the walkway to the side. And you can smell the smell of death coming from the other side of these bars.
Okay.
So about that disintegrate.
Commodore?
Does
Disintegrate?
oh fuck, what's his name? Javier? Does he say that that's the way to the university?
Yeah, he's pretty sure.
Hello?
Okay. Yeah, let's go through it.
We can either fabricate another breaching tool, or
What happened to the other one?
Well, I mean, we could.
Walk
No. I'm
to
saying
the
we could
door
have.
and
There's a
jiggles
door?
the handle, and
Okay.
then he opens the door next
You
to the
didn't
thing.
mention there was a door. You just said iron bars.
No, I said there was a door. It's on the walkway to the side.
Well, there's plenty of metal here. We could just get a second breaching tool.
Mm-hmm. Let's just go through the door.
Javier opens the door.
Okay. Let's go.
So on the other side, you pretty quickly figure out what the center of the smell was. There's an actual pile of naked corpses that have started to sort of dam up the water, and it's like flowing around them onto the walkway.
I kind of like point them out to Javier and just make sort of like, what the fuck gestures to Javier. Like, why are there a bunch of fucking corpses here?
He points at them and he points at his own chest and sort of with like a knifing motion, he mimes like he's cutting his own chest open.
Cadavers for experimentation.
Yeah. He gestures in the affirmative.
All right. Well, these guys are gonna have a blockage problem soon. Let's carry
Not our
on
problem.
then. Yep, that's what I was thinking.
All right, yeah.
Walking past them, you do notice that their chests, several of them are opened up completely. Some, like, they don't even have a rib cage in them. They're just hollow.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. No organs or anything, just a back, ribs, and nothing else.
It looks like the worst offender has a spine, and then it's like it looks very strange because there's no ribs holding the shape of the chest. But the spine's intact, as far as you can tell, or at least as intact as it would be after being thrown down here. And there's a ladder not far past here, and Javier gestures up,
Just in case any of them wake up.
and he whispers, "This will put you guys on the grounds. This should lead into the basement. I have not been in the facilities."
Alright, I'll go up first.
Okay.
And visit with these.
Yeah, with these.
Yep. I'll climb up. What do I reach at the top of the ladder?
I mean, it's basically a manhole cover.
No locking mechanism?
No.
Alright. I will crack it a little bit and then peer through it.
Okay. I see that meta. Yeah, there's not a lot in there. It looks like a dark room. You can see there looks like there's a gurney with there's somebody on it, but judging by the smell, you're pretty sure it's a cadaver. It sounds quiet in there.
Alright, I'll crack and look out the other side of the manhole cover.
There's a wall.
Fabulous. I'll pop the manhole cover open and climb up and in.
Okay. Yeah, you're in a little room. It looks like a it's a little mortuary style room. There's like a hand washing station and a couple of these gurney beds. And, one of them has a corpse on it, which has just been sawn right open.
All right. How many doors in and out of the room?
2 sets of double doors.
And which one looks more promising? Either lights are on or lights are off.
Lights are all off. One of them looks like it leads into an operating theater, and the other one looks like it opens into a hallway.
All right. I will crack the one that opens into the hallway.
Okay.
What time of day is it right now?
After all the time you guys spent resting, it's probably just like it's after dark again. You guys are
Okay. So good operating time.
I mean, I would think so, yeah.
All right. I would imagine
Okay.
Underdark seeing through Deeze's eyes that it's all clear in the upper room.
Mm-hmm.
You can move the party up. Start prestidigitating the shit off of everybody.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, the place, you didn't really get that much on you other than your shoes
The smell.
when you walked through that one spot. I mean, the smell's not on you so much as it's just in the air. When you open that cover, the room filled with the smell.
Okay. All right. I'll crack and go to the hallway then. I'll look into the hallway. I'm sorry. I'll specify. I'm looking into the hallway.
It's a
First,
dark hall. There's
one door, then the other.
There are 2 doors on the left-hand side that you see. They're single doors with little windows in them. And then at the end of the hall is a stairwell.
Up or down?
Up.
Okay. And then through the other double door?
Through the other double door is an operating theater.
No, you said there was 2 sets of double doors, right?
Yes,
So
one of
I'm
them leads
looking
into a
through.
hallway, and the other one
Yeah.
leads into an operating theater.
If I crack one door, I can only see one direction down the hallway. So I'm saying I'm cracking the other of the set of double doors I'm through right now and looking the other direction.
I have described everything down that hallway. There are
Oh.
windows in these doors.
Oh, okay. Then I will go fully into the hallway.
Okay. Yeah, it's a dark hallway. There's 2 doors on your left. There's a stairwell at the end of the hall.
Alright, I'll go check out the first door on the left. Door number 1, we'll call it.
Okay. Door number 1 looks like, I mean, there's a window. It's clearly like there's like lab equipment in there. It looks like a storage room for lab equipment.
Anything shiny or sparkly or glowing?
There's lots of glassware.
Not the sparkly I'm looking for. Alright, door number 2.
And that appears to be somebody's office. There's a desk. There's some files. There doesn't appear to be much else in there. It's a little dirty.
Alright, is there any name on the office or desk or anything to signify whose room it is?
There is a space for a name, but the little name placard is missing.
Alright. Alright, I will move up the stairs. Actually, I'll go back to the party and get my shoes cleaned, and then I'll move up the stairs.
Okay. Absolutely.
Hard
You
to
left-
stealth with shitty footprints.
Yeah, you left tracks. Okay, so yeah, you proceed up the stairs, and it's another hallway. It looks very similar. It has sets of doors on the left and right. It looks like it sort of L-bends at the top to your left.
Alright. Is there another set of stairs going up, or does it just seem like there's only a ground floor?
Yes, there is another set of stairs going up.
Alright, I'll explore this floor first. Let's work my way down the hallway. If all the doors have windows, I can just peer in, see what the room contains, and then move on.
Yeah, almost all of these doors do have windows. There is one door without windows labeled janitor. The other ones appear to be offices, all the way up to this L bend.
Alright. I open the janitor closet.
Can you make a dexterity saving throw? A mop falls and you catch it.
I put it back and close the janitor closet.
Lovely.
Does the mop fall again?
Spider-Man it. I could just shove him into the closet.
You do hear it slide and like clang against the door when you close it again, but it's not really loud.
It's a mop head after all. It's cloth, so it's more of a noise. Alright, so this up to the L, it's all offices.
Yep.
Alright, what do I find at the L when I reach it?
So there are windows along this way, and it looks like the front entrance isn't that far down the hall on your right. You are pretty sure on the inside of this L, there's another operating theater.
Just from the general size of it.
Yeah, it may actually be the upper entrance to the same operating theater.
Oh, okay. Over observatory.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Alright. And how far does this L go?
I mean, it goes pretty far. This is a long hallway, and it looks like there's a lobby a little further past. You do hear a little bit of light chatter further down the hall, and there is some light in the distance. It seems like there are some people at the lobby. Like, this whole wing seems pretty dead, but...
So we came into the dead area, but the college is still active right now.
Well, it sounds like there's some staff, but just nobody over here.
Okay. Alright, I'll backtrack and then go upstairs.
Okay. About halfway up the stairs, you hear there's somebody coughing. They're not nearby, but they're ahead of you.
So they're upstairs?
Yeah, somebody upstairs is coughing.
Okay. I'll proceed slowly. That way, if they're coming down the stairs or something, I can lean up against the wall, or actually just, you know what? I'm going to switch to levitating, because I can fly. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
That way I can just bat Spider-Man up to the ceiling if I need to.
Yeah. Well, you can see down the hall from here, and it looks like this looks like more offices. It looks like you're pretty sure you're not like an expert on universities, but you're pretty sure you're like the faculty wing. So this is where most of the professors have their offices.
So I went to DeBosque, been educated.
Yes, but
nobility.
But this isn't the kind of education you got.
True, I got order education.
Yeah, you got private education from the order. You may have taken a couple of classes at the university, but you wouldn't have been really familiar with it. And you also have a lot of naval education at sea.
Yeah, true. All right. So going past all the offices, they have names and plaques on them.
They do, but they're irrelevant.
And there's no white office. He is not from this college.
Presumably, there is a Professor White's office. Still irrelevant, but you're welcome to go in.
Well, I would imagine he has some more information about where the artifacts are stored in the college.
Sure. So yeah, upstairs. It sounds like about 2 doors down from you. is whoever has a cough, they have their light on and their office doors open. But you do see Professor White's office.
All right. I'll go quietly jiggle the handle and see if it's locked.
It is locked.
You have a rogue in the party that has thieves' tools.
Mate,
You have
I'm a rogue.
Like I said, you have a rogue in the party that has thieves' tools.
Why do you think I jiggled the handle instead of just turning it and opening the door?
So,
I will roll to pick it quietly.
okay.
Which do you want first? The stealth or the tools?
I will just take the tools roll.
Alright. What does that give me?
In.
Fabulous. I will open the door quietly. I mean, there's someone nearby, so don't want to disturb their studying.
Yeah. I mean, there's other professors here. I don't think I think you would know that they're probably not going to take the first sound that sounds like somebody unlocking a door to be like an immediate threat that they have to go and deal with.
In the dark?
I mean, they travel around in the dark a lot. He's a little ways down the hall. He probably can't. If there was somebody carrying a light, he probably couldn't see it very well.
Okay, well, I've got 60 feet of devil sight, so I don't need lights. Alright, I will go through the professor's office looking for any information on the artifacts they've uncovered, stored, etc.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Oof.
So you don't see any of that site at all here. There's some papers that need to be graded. There are some anatomy books. There are some books that have some really intricate drawings of things that this man looks like he's seen on other digs in other places, but nothing that matches anything you've seen here,
Well,
and nothing that looks extraordinary.
I'll take those extra books. How many are there?
There are 6 books, 2 books on anatomy, and one like published book on like ancient artifacts by this Professor White, and then another like 3 journals full of sketches of different things he's seen on digs.
So 1 published book and 3 journals. Alright, I don't care about the anatomy books.
Okay.
Alright. Have I come across the college map yet? You know, like a big poster on the wall that says "You are here."
No, the faculty portion of the building does not appear to have a map showing the faculty how to get around the building.
It was worth a shot. Alright, does this top floor, no more floors after this? I'm sure there's a roof access, but it would look different.
There is another stairwell, but you are pretty sure it goes to the roof. Looking up, you can see it looks like a roof access.
Alright, then I won't bother with that. I will go all the way back to the basement and relay any information that Dees didn't pass. Give the books to Underdark to be able to go through. Well, the journals, I'll keep the published book because I just took for personal reading, unless he wants it. It's on artifacts and stuff, so it might be useful.
Okay, just hang on to it for now.
Alright, yeah, I'll hang on to it. I'm giving you the journals with the drawings, though, and you can go through it.
Sure.
when you do your nighttime reading. All right. Then I will go up and proceed to after getting re-stealth because I'm sure that's coming up on our hour here. All right, and I will proceed down the hallway, down the L on the first floor.
Okay.
Unless Underdark's going to give me different orders.
No, just find out where
Keep
they're keeping
exploring.
this stuff. Have you tried looking in the vault?
There's a vault.
University, I assume it has a vault.
Did you see any vaults in the professor's brain?
Did I?
You did not see any vaults in the professor's brain. You also didn't see this book that was mentioned in the professor's brain. So presumably,
The forest guy.
it was removed from the dig site without his knowledge.
Okay.
All right, back to exploring. All right, I'll go up to the lobby where there's lights and talking. You said it was most likely staff.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a lady and a couple of men talking.
Well, while he's avoiding the populated areas, I'll just send an arcane eye into them.
Okay. Yeah. There's a lady behind what appears to be a reception desk, talking to a couple of what look like students who were hoping to use one of the operating theaters, and they were basically told that they're going to need to wait and schedule ahead of time. Professor White has the keys to the theater, and he's not in. They'll have to schedule with him during office hours to see if they can get in there.
Might be a long wait.
Mm-hmm.
Have I seen Professor White?
Briefly.
You would have seen him when they were murdering the hell out of him.
Mm-hmm.
You would have seen him briefly after Underdark sucked his brains out.
I mean,
Yeah.
I have Alter Self. If we need more people, I can get us places.
Well, the problem is one, splitting the party, two, HDR has to describe all this stuff, so having one and two is enough. Plus, then also they're going to be like, hey, Professor White, questions, and you won't know any of the answers, which would present issues.
Yeah. I'm sure I could manage. It's university. I'm smart.
But what's your charisma?
She said she's smart.
It's actually +3.
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
So,
With proficiencies across the board for charisma.
what are you guys doing?
Well, I'm going to venture outside of the faculty building. I'm
Okay.
assuming there's more than one building and there's a door somewhere, right?
So, from the position you're at, you don't see a way out that doesn't require going into that lobby where there are people speaking.
The
Yeah, I
students
mean, I
just
guess you
got
could
turned
go-
down.
Yes, they got turned down, but they are still talking to this lady.
Well, I don't have to sleep. I do not require sleep, so I can wait until they go through the door.
Fair enough. The conversation gets more and more awkward because the lady seems oblivious to the fact that they're clearly flirting with her, and then then you realize that it's really them. They're the oblivious ones, and she's pretending not to know, and trying to be professional.
I would be rolling my eyes invisibly.
And they carry on for well over an hour. And yeah, it gets pretty uncomfortable, and then they leave.
All right. Do they pay any mind to how wide the door is open or how long it's open?
No, as a matter of fact, when they open the door, it doesn't like shut. They just open it and walk out. They don't even shut it.
Oh, so they left it open, so the poor lady's got to get out of her desk.
Seems that way.
All right. Well, I'll go outside and just nudge the door so it slowly closes, like right behind them, so it would look like they shut it.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. What do I see outside?
All right. Well, you're on the campus grounds. Directly across from you, there's like a courtyard and like a fountain in the middle. And across the way, there is another building that's it's 2 stories tall. It's like red brick. Looks fairly new, and you do see a couple of students hanging out outside of it. There's not really any lights on in there, and there is uh, a policeman speaking to them.
Probably about curfew.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
All right. Are there any particularly standoutish buildings that might be a slightly different color, like Dragon Ball Z? It's a rock that's definitely going to get destroyed. That would have the vault again.
I mean, it looks like the building across from you is the largest building on campus. There are smaller buildings to the left and right. It looks like some of those might be like dormitories, and some of them might have like other official capacities. The staff building's fairly big, but you're pretty sure the lecture halls are mostly situated in the building across the way.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
so I'm the only one that can venture outside right now, because, well, the rest of the party's trapped behind a secretary.
No, not
Yeah.
trapped.
Yeah, you're not trapped. You can just become the carpet and ooze out the door.
Well, no, I'm it's more like it's a secretary. I'm pretty sure we can take her.
I mean, I have dimension door, teleportation circle, teleport.
There is that.
Yeah. So what are you doing out there?
Let's go over to the big building that doesn't look very occupied.
Okay. Yeah, there's people out in front of it, but there's no it definitely looks dead black inside.
Alright, I'll circle around back, look for other doors.
It has a big main entrance in the front. It has a side door on like the right side of it from the street.
Oh, is it visible from the people that are chit-chatting in the front, that side door?
Technically, yes, but it doesn't look like anyone's really looking that way.
Is the door in some sort of alcove or opening?
Slightly.
Or is it flat on the side of the building?
It's on the side of the building in a very, it's like slightly recessed in, and it looks like it opens inward, which,
It's
probably not
convenient. It's convenient.
terrible for fire codes.
Yeah, that's not what I was thinking. I was thinking, hey, that's convenient. I can just pick it and slip in. Don't worry about a door opening outside. All right, I'll go jiggle that lock. Is it locked?
You start to jiggle the lock, and you see you like look down and you see there's something stuck in the door, holding it slightly.
Oh, how convenient for me.
Yeah, it looks like somebody stuffed a bit of newspaper in there.
Odd. Somebody else is trying to break in. Fun times. I'll pad my hair and point at the newspaper wand up so Underdark sees it.
Yep.
Alright, I will proceed inside.
Okay.
6 feet of dark vision. Or
Yep.
Devil Sight. I forget which the vamps have.
So
Devil Sight.
yeah, there's this. Essentially, you walk into what looks like a it's a little storage room. There are there's like globes and little stacks of chalkboards and things like that in here.
Lecture hall? Or storage room?
No, this is a storage room. The building is a lecture hall. You're pretty sure the front windows basically look into big like auditorium rooms, but the side door opens up into what looks like a little storage room where they have like chalk slates and there's globes and stuff. Chairs, some
Lots
benches.
of chairs. Lots of chairs. Alright, is there an inner door? I'll pop through that.
There is an inner door.
Is this one also jammed open with newspaper?
This one is not jammed open, it is just open.
Ah, okay. Alright.
That leads out into a long corridor that seems to run the length of the building.
I will
At
go to
the
the end and work my way back.
back end of the corridor is a stairwell.
That's where I'll go. Down. Or does it go up? Or does it go
Goes
both?
up. It goes up.
Goes up. Alright, I'll go up then.
Okay. So there appears to be basically it's another hallway. It looks just the same as the one below it.
Alright. So there's 2 floors of lecture halls? Or do these look like offices?
Well, from what you can see, it looks like there are like the design of these halls. There are little like little offices that overhang the lecture halls. But you can actually see there are windows in like the lecture halls are very tall.
Yep, and the offices are over the lecture halls looking down into them.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So essentially we're in the camera room.
I mean, kinda. These offices look pretty sparse. They have desks and they have windows that look in, and you can see the. Really, they're not designed in such a way that you can see the class very well, but you can see the professors.
Even more interesting. Alright, I'll go down. Anything interesting in the lecture halls, or about this? I suppose I can see them from the observatories.
Yeah. So you go back down and look at the lecture halls?
Yeah, I'm gonna pop inside the lecture halls and look inside
Yeah.
them.
Well, they are large, basically auditoriums. You walk down, there's benches on either side, and there is like a little bit of desk space. Like the backs of each row of benches have a little bit of flat space for writing, but not much. And at the bottom there's podiums, lecterns.
Not many people know the difference. All right. So not much of interest in this building.
I mean, not clearly.
All right, and I'll do a little bit closer look. Is there any hidden doors, etc.?
In the lecture hall, I mean, you doubt it. You can look.
In the hallway, the storage room. Probably the storage room would be the place that there'd be a hidden door of some
Sure,
sort.
roll investigation. Okay. So, you rustle around in the storage room, and you struggle for a few minutes because you can't really find anything. But you accidentally kick one of the globes, and it's on like a stand that has wheels, and it slides a little, and you hear this metal sound. Coming from underneath of it. And you look down, and there is a seam in the floor, and it looks like a metal plate.
I think we found our vault. I just realized I can't get back to the party without going past the secretary.
But I know it through D's, right?
Yep.
So besides the secretary, is there anyone else in our building?
Old dude coughing upstairs. That was the second floor, though.
Okay. Are there any windows on the first floor? Like in these unused offices?
There are little like bathroom windows in the offices, and the front wall has big, tall windows, but they don't look like they open.
Well, you do have what?
What's the
Burger,
outer
what do
wall
you
made
have
out
for-
of?
I was gonna say, what does
Great.
Burger have capabilities for teleport? How many people can he move?
Teleport can move me and up to 8 other people. Dimension Door can move me and 1 other person. It's a much lower spell
What about
slot.
fabricate? You can use fabricate, right?
You know, I can just talk to her.
Fabricate is a 10-minute casting time.
We got
But
plenty of time.
I can change a 10-minute section of something into something else.
He can make a large object change.
Or,
Wait,
yeah,
guys.
large.
Why do we care? Why don't we just walk up, kill the secretary, and move on?
I can just talk to her and tell her these are my friends and have her not care.
Because then we either have a secretary who's seen a bunch of people that aren't normally on campus, or a dead secretary.
That secretary
like
is
to get
easier
in
to
and out?
explain.
Underdark.
What?
Would you like to get in and out with the books without them having any clue how the books disappeared?
I don't care if they know how the books disappeared. I just want to get out with the books. They're our enemies. What do I give a shit about whether or not?
Yeah, why would they care if we're there?
Well,
It's not like they're going to be able to follow us.
What are they going to do? Chase us to Mexico?
Chase us with,
Hmm.
you know,
What's in Mexico?
we have 7 ships if they try to chase us on the sea. I don't think this colony even has 7 ships in the harbor. And if they try to attack us on land, like, it's going to be a bad time. And that's even if someone asks that specific secretary if they saw anyone at this specific time of night.
Right. So I'm just going to toll the dead secretary, and we'll just walk out the front door.
Or I could just talk to her and we don't have to kill her.
Okay, so
I can make her
presumably
leave
you
the
make
front
your
door.
way up the stairs
We have another
to
option.
go toward the lobby.
I can Finger of Death, and we can get a zombie out of it.
There you go.
We have yet another option, Wilfred.
I can Disintegrate her.
I guess at this point I'll take the opportunity to hop out of Armor Fray.
Neat.
I can
What just hopped out of
possess
Amafray?
a ghost.
Oh,
Do I have any reason as a character not to flip the fuck?
did I forget to
No.
do introductions?
Okay, my daggers come out, Shield of Faith is on, and I am ready to attack the ghost.
Actually, I forgot to ask. Do I know about Wilfred?
I would think so.
Okay.
I
So
let
I-
you guys handle the backstory for your characters. I don't know.
Commodore?
I was looking at him and it's like, he's with you?
Yeah.
All right. And why is he, this isn't
A
exactly
ghost?
this isn't exactly the best of times for introductions. Why is he here?
I died. That's quite literally the reason I'm here.
Yeah, he presumably died at some point, and he's helpful.
You remember the shark?
Yeah.
That was me.
Ah, okay. I cast Banish on the ghost.
You should have specified which shark.
Okay.
I should have.
Yes, you should have. Now make a charisma save.
Charisma save.
Yes.
Let me check that score. Yep, that's a nice score.
Oh, look, you passed. Barely.
That's good. I'm not sure what fucking plane the fucking ghost should be on.
I just exercised it.
You go to the Matrix loading
Yeah, that's
screen.
my job.
Rude.
Well, you did kill one of my crew members.
No, not that shark. The one that was dancing.
Well,
that would have been good
okay.
to know beforehand.
I'll remember that in the future.
So
Now we
Lyle
got a
is
secretary
like
to murder. Let's go.
in the middle of trying to hit this person with a dagger or this ghost with a dagger.
Good fucking luck.
If you attempt an attack, go ahead and roll an attack.
The question is, does the Commodore like become friendly with him after he tries to banish with it?
Sounds like. You
Okay.
would have had time to.
Yeah, it's like,
attack.
oh, it's a ghost. Okay. Well, oh, you were the shark that tried to eat one of my crew members. All right, let's exercise you. Oh, wait, you weren't? All right. Well, at least you're still around. Let's go.
Yeah, that was essentially a turn, so 6 seconds have passed.
Yeah.
Are you
There
still
was a little
continuing your
misunderstanding,
attacks?
but it's fine. No one was hurt. No one has been banished to a plane of hell.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't attack then.
Okay.
I was very close to.
So you guys hang out in the mortuary for another hour, or you go
No,
upstairs?
I said we're murdering the secretary and walking to the front door.
Okay, so you head up the stairs.
Mhm.
But why
and
murder
you
what you can possess?
There are no
Wait, you can
lights on
possess
in the
people? I turned to Wilfred?
Yeah,
Where do you think
that's
he
how I've been
came
avoiding
from?
you guys for months on end. Yeah.
He's
How long
inside
have you been
Amafray.
with us?
Since we left Deep Harbor, more or less. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of died during the riot.
I didn't think it was relevant at the time. I thought I was going to tell the Commodore, but never got around to it.
It happens.
And you're sure this isn't like a manifestation or avatar of one of the Eldritch horrors that we've pissed off, and now it's following us around?
Probably not.
It would have tried
I
to
wish I
kill
was-
me a long time ago if that was the case.
I mean, he's pissed 3 out of, 5 off?
So you have this conversation on your way up to the lobby, where you find that the lights are off, and you hear a sound outside the front door. It sounds like somebody is locking the front door.
Well, Ghosty, I guess it's time for you to work your magic.
All right. I turn invisible and possess the secretary.
Okay. You turn invisible, travel through the wall, possess the secretary.
I mean, do you want her to make the save or?
Yes, she is going to need to make her save. I don't have that open, so what is her save?
She's gonna need to make a charisma save. Also, I should probably roll stealth since I'm attempting to do this sneakily.
Sure. Fuck it. Why not? Yeah, go ahead. There's not really anybody to catch you.
Wilfred,
Good enough.
would you be able to post in the chat a
Wilfred's
picture
on- Wilfred's
of
on
like?
the other side of the wall.
Yeah, I know. I was just wondering if you'd be able to post in the chat what type of ghost he is, because there's a lot of different like types of ghosts.
Have you ever seen Ghost Dad with Bill Cosby?
Nope.
With the ghost and the
Yep.
The spooky kind of ghost.
Oh, and
The kind that's dead.
and the kind that's helpful to us right now.
He's a
The
Steven.
kind that sensuously sculpts a really shitty clay vase with some.
So yes, you succeed at possessing the secretary. She still has the key to the front door in the lock in her hand. She has just locked the door. And she was getting ready to leave.
I have her unlock the door,
She unlocks the door.
and then walks away and stares into a corner. Or
She
is it like a
walks-
painting or something?
A painting?
Yeah, is it
sorry.
like something in the room that
Okay, so
I can
goes
keep her
in.
attention
She
focused
goes
on?
inside, and she walks to the front desk, and she looks down at the desk at some papers on the desk in the pitch black dark.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, that's what happens.
I think that's our cue to walk the fuck out.
Yeah. Works for me.
It's amazing what people forget when they're trying to unravel the secrets of the universe. And temper and play with the forces of life and death like a kitten with a ball of yarn. I wonder what else they've forgotten.
Okay, you guys walk right out the front door. There's nobody out there. There's a couple of like street lights where they've got like lanterns burning.
I use actually. Hey, Commodore.
Yeah.
Should we just snuff those lights out?
By all
You do see there is a boy way down the road on your right with a little stepladder climbing up and huffing out each of the lanterns in turn, and he's pretty far down the road from you.
He's putting them out.
Yes.
Why don't we just wait inside for him to go past and huff out all the lights?
What is it? Because it's late enough that no one's out here, and so they don't need streetlights anymore.
You presume.
Yeah, it's a lantern. He's got a little stick with a upside down umbrella on it. He's going in.
Yeah.
All the lights.
Yep.
So yeah, just give 5 minutes. He'll get through there pretty quick.
It takes him much closer to 12 minutes. But yeah, he does.
Do you want to kill him?
You notice that he runs home. As soon as he gets the last light, he's not a big kid. He just runs. He just books it as soon as the last light's off. He grabs the ladder and he.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's not like there's some ooblik eldritch abomination nearby or something that would suck his brains out.
Right.
This kid
Moms
is
wouldn't tell
convinced-
stories like that.
This kid looks pretty convinced that there's something horrible out here.
He's not wrong. There's a lot of horrible things out here. Alright, so the party makes their way over to me. We get to crack this vault now, don't we?
Which is worse, the party or this place's tuition fees?
This place's tuition fees.
I was gonna
Oh
say,
God, it's America.
Probably this. It's Central America.
Even worse.
Actually, I mean, by technicality, we're kind of in the Caribbean, but anyway.
Does that mean
What do we see for our door here?
It's a big metal square. There don't appear to be any visible latches on it.
Well,
is this a
if I'm not
person-sized vault?
mistaken-
I mean, this big square is big enough that you could imagine it being a hatch and there being something beneath.
I'll just walk in.
It's down. It's in the floor.
I go through the floor.
There's a ladder, and
Any release mechanisms?
Yeah, do I see any release mechanisms in there?
in fact, you do. There is a small lever in the wall opposite the ladder.
All right. I'm gonna climb back out and tell them where it's located.
God damn, this is so cheating.
Also, by the way, my character is not at all shocked or surprised at seeing Wilfred. I'm actually familiar with him.
Yep. Also, for the record, guys, I can't actually interact with objects.
No.
So someone else is gonna have to flip that.
Well, I mean, we could just lift the door up.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. We saw that
Well, there's-
breaching hammer, right? It has a crowbar on the other end.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So we just pry this thing up.
All right.
I think strength athletics.
That might be worth enhanced ability.
There's more than one of you. You could probably enlist someone's help to assist.
Yeah, that's true.
Athletics, you say?
Yep. And you have advantage because of assistance. Yay.
Okay,
Mediocre.
you struggle, but you do hear a pop, and the door loosens and it shakes. It does not come all the way open. It raises up about half an inch and then sticks.
Odd. These normally don't open this way.
Is it enough that we could get like some rope in there to hook around the release mechanism?
Captain,
No, the door is too thick for that. You can't actually get under it. It only lifted like half an inch, and the door is probably at least 3 inches.
Mm-hmm.
I was just thinking, could you Oobleck?
Could I what? You broke up there.
Oobleck.
What about it?
Liquefy.
Is there a
It's a-
place for it to get through, or is this solid? Like, how tight is the seam?
It's a crack.
I mean, it was big enough you could get the crowbar in there. It was a struggle, but you could do it.
Okay, can I go all gooey and go through that crack then?
Yeah, I mean, it will take a while because it's a very small space.
I only need to get a
and-
tendril in there to pull the release mechanism. I don't need to get my entire body mass in there.
That's what I was thinking. No such sacrificing.
Fair enough. Yeah, you are essentially a very viscous fluid, so After a few minutes, you're able to get enough mass in there that you can reach and blindly feel around for a lever. And
Well, I can
you
just
do find-
manifest an eyeball down there.
It saves you some time.
I'm just picturing
It's
Underdark's
movable.
character kneeling on the floor with one arm like just gone, stuck into the fucking floor,
You see one of his eyes float off of his face
like slide down his arm.
down the collar under his shirt, and then you see it begin to slide down his arm and into the hole.
That's not creepy.
Looks legit.
And then the door opens.
Oh, it was great. That's exactly what I was thinking. Just Underdark, you're just kneeling on the floor with one arm stuck into the crack, and then your eyeball just whoop.
Easy peasy.
All right, so we got a ladder. What do we see down the ladder before we really go too much further? 1 floor, 2 floors. How far down does it go?
It looks like it's 60 feet down.
Red floor, blue floor.
God damn it.
I send the arcane eye down there.
I can just
Okay.
What do I see at the bottom?
There is another like reinforced like solid steel door.
Is there a release mechanism on this side?
You don't see one.
God damn it.
Okay, why don't we just fabricate the door into another breaching hammer? It should only take 10 minutes, right?
Yeah. Yeah, let's just go down there and someone should cast Fabricate on the thing.
Okay, you all climb down this ladder. It's a very long ladder, and the
No, just the guy who has to fabricate it.
Okay.
I'll go down to assist. Well, not assist, but protect. And I won't climb down the ladder. I'll just levitate. Oh wait, Wilford, you can hop in if you want. I won't resist.
All right. And I hop on in.
Great. So yeah, you make your way down. There's a big metal door. There's no handle on this side.
So what can you do with this in 10 minutes, Amifrey?
I could probably make a cannon, but good luck calling that thing out.
Actually, yes. Make a cannon. They will be so confused when they come down here in the morning.
Wait. I might be able to put a cannon in a demiplane, keep it, and then if something, I can put a cannon in a demiplane.
Oh
Subtle
god, I
spell
just
message to
realized the amount
Commodore.
of power you have right there.
Subtle spell message to Commodore. Do we want another cannon?
Yes. Where are you
All
putting
right.
the cannon, though?
Subtle spell message. I'm making it.
Okay.
Subtle spell fabricate this door into the biggest cannon I can,
Okay.
Why are you
Metal is
subtle
here?
spelling all of this?
so I
Because
don't
it
make
can.
noise.
It makes a 6-pound gun.
Hey, it's something.
With 17 strength, can I shoulder fire that?
Probably not. That's real heavy.
What
The
about with
shot is
enhance-
6 pounds, not the
Yeah.
cannon.
What about with enhanceability?
Probably not. That's real heavy.
All right.
I mean, I can go look at what the actual listed weight for it is, but
I'm looking
I
right
don't
now.
think so.
I know it's like 900 at a minimum.
With enhanceability, I can push around over push, drag, lift 1,020 pounds.
Well, in that case, you. But if you fire it while it's on your shoulder, you're going to die.
You'll be on your ass, that's for sure.
I can
Alright,
mobilize it, I
6-pounder weighs 1,000 pounds.
So I can mobilize it. I can't shoulder fire.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can shoulder fire.
I can't shoulder fire and survive.
Yeah, you can shoulder fire once.
What about a 4-pounder? It's only 800 pounds.
You'll have to spend another 10 minutes fabricating it into a 4-pounder
Well, no,
and
he
some
can-
extra.
Next
He can
door.
just... Yeah, he just stick it, in his little
Eh,
hole.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you
So-
have your hole with you.
The portable hole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just shove it in there.
Does a portable hole work like that?
I thought the portable hole is wherever you open it, it opens the
No,
same.
it's a portable
dimension,
hole. You unfold it, and it's a hole.
and it goes to the same spot.
Mhm.
Storage system, essentially.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it's a bag of holding that you can move.
Okay.
It's like Lehman's tiny chest, but
Yeah. It's like a bag of holding, but bigger.
Okay. Then I'll stick the cannon in the portable hole.
Okay.
All right. What is beyond the door?
What door?
Well, what is through the doorway?
Okay. So, through the doorway, you see that there is essentially there's a big room. It's got several like shelves, like bookshelves on it. There are there's a large amount of coin. It looks like as well. There is some art. It looks like some of this is stuff made by students, but
Might want to open that
very
portable hole.
very high quality stuff. Yeah. There's a mixture of sculptures and paintings, things you're pretty sure were made by previous students that maybe have become famous, and the university has decided to store in case the value increases.
Is there anything that is obviously magical?
Okay, so why don't you? I'll just roll a d100.
does no one have detect magic?
Why
I
would I
have
need detect
identified.
magic in this campaign?
There's no magic in this campaign. What are you talking about, Meta?
61.
61.
A single potion of healing. Does not work on undead or constructs.
David.
Good thing I'm neither of those things.
Or Jean's.
Well,
I mean-
might as well portable hole and get all the freaking books out of here at least, because we know the important books probably down here. I mean, we can use that as a versatile, almost perfect storage system. Just stick everything in it from this vault.
I mean, yeah. I'll do that.
So do I find anything obviously magical?
All right, so there is
Actually, I can just use All Seeing Eye. Wouldn't that show me? I don't know exactly what All Seeing or True Sight is. I've never really built a casting class. I have no idea what the fuck True Sight is.
It allows you to
True
see
sight?
invisible things and things in the ethereal plane.
True sight
okay.
sees invisibility, sees through illusions, sees into the ethereal plane.
Okay.
yeah, there's a little figurine in here. It seems magical.
Great. I'll pocket that so we can identify it later. What are the books here, though?
So it looks like a mixture of regular academic reading, and there is, in fact, a book that pings as magical to you that looks very, very old and pretty dilapidated.
Cool.
Should
I start flipping through it.
Okay.
Okay. It's full of elaborate drawings and maps, regional maps And it looks like there's a map of a big city in there, and
This
maps
is
of
the
like
book
the
we're
desert.
looking for.
Yeah, and there's
Yep.
There are lots of drawings in the margins of things that you're not too bothered by, but other folks might be bothered by, that have
Right.
more or less than the number of eyes or dimensions to them than should exist.
So mission accomplished. I guess you guys can loot the vault to your pleasure, and then we should get the fuck out of here.
Well, basically just how big is the vault?
I don't know. It's like a 15 by 20 room.
No, we could fit that inside of the portable hole. Never mind. All right, we'll
I
take
would-
everything.
Yeah, I would like to just grab it all.
Okay. So there are figurines of wondrous power. As far as I'm concerned, you find one of each.
Ooh.
One of each
Um,
what figurines?
Figurines of wondrous power.
What do they
Wait.
do?
Yeah, what do they do?
Oh, they do all sorts of
throwback.
cool things.
They do all sorts of cool things.
I remember
Yes.
the figurine Wondrous Power from 3.5.
Oh yeah,
Are they-
they're still just as neat.
Oh, they didn't nerf them? Oh, cool.
They nerfed them a little bit, but only a couple of them because they were just OP as hell and no one ever got them.
Are they one-use items?
No.
No.
So let's see. That means we found a bronze griffin, an ebony fly, a pair of golden lions, a set of 3 ivory goats, a marble elephant, an obsidian steed, an onyx dog, a serpentine owl, and a silver raven.
Have fun.
Dibs on the MX dog.
Dibs on the griffin.
Let's throw everything in the portable hole. We'll sort it out when we get back to the ship, and we're not in enemy territory.
Well, we can also use the portable hole. What's the restrictions for people inside the portable hole?
I
Is
think we
there
have
any
10 minutes of
breathing
breathing.
limitations? Oh, never mind. Let's say portable hole everybody and just one person sneaks out.
I will
I mean-
mention some of you don't need to breathe.
Oh, good point.
I have teleport. I can get us back to our ships.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
that's true as well. Yeah, that's true. He has teleport.
I can even subtle spell so that enemy spellcasters can't counterspell it.
You're
So,
pretty
like,
sure
there are
you're
enem-
alone down here. You're like real sure you're alone down here.
All right. So, what did we get overall for coin loot? You said it was full of gold. Did you?
There's a couple thousand crowns here.
Sweet. $2,000 in the bank.
Actually, there are 3,000
What do you know?
Okay.
and 7. 3,007.
That's an important 7.
Yeah.
That 7 is going to be the 7 that slays Vecna.
Maybe.
No, 7 will be the number of health points Vecna has left when we all lose.
All right. So a bunch of figurines of wondrous power. A little bit of gold. So we got $3,000 in the bank now. What did we get for literature?
I mean, there's an entire library worth of the best stuff that a university has to offer down here. The kind of stuff that these are like the limited edition first printings of work
We'll take
by
the whole
professors
bookshelf.
here.
Dibs
We're
on
not even
smart.
going to unload the books. We're just going to move the bookshelf into the portable hole.
Do they have any of those like +2 every 100 years books?
Huh?
like the books that give you that increase your ability scores by 2 past.
Like the Book of Charisma and Leadership or something.
Yeah. That shit.
I'll
Don't
tell
let me
you
near
what.
it.
Roll a d20.
My phone is about to die, so it might cut off.
Roll a D what? I'll roll for him then.
Just roll a d20.
Alright, he's rolling. Do we all get a roll?
Yeah, fuck it. I'll let y'all roll.
We all get a roll? What are we rolling?
D20.
Oof.
I almost died again.
Hey, Wilfred almost became a real boy! Alright, I'm tired.
If,
Alright, did
if this
everyone
character
roll?
actually gets resurrected, that's going to be a pain in my ass. Because then I'll have to
that
get
would be that would be so funny because you'd be like super awesome ghost, boring as fuck human.
Yeah. I'm a level 14 commoner.
Spectre, if you want to roll, you can.
What am I rolling?
Just a
Flat
d20.
See if we found any super awesome books.
No. Doesn't look like anyone found any. I wanted 120. I figured with between the lot of you, if you could have managed 120.
Nope, Deez didn't find it.
Nope.
Nope. My new pet mastiff didn't find it either.
I think you're all out of luck.
God
Yeah, I
damn
think
it.
so.
Jesus, the twos! Jesus, the twos! That
Better,
is
better
1,
for
2,
this than
3,
in
4,
combat.
5. Yeah, true. But Jesus, the fucking
Okay.
twos. How come? Okay, guys, I'm not crazy. Underdark rolls terrible as a DM, and AGR rolls amazing as a DM. Like, has anybody else noticed that, like, on AGR's nights, it just always seems to be good rolls for him? And then Underdark always seems to have, like, just balls shit rolls for his characters and shit. What is the twos? What is with the twos?
Oh,
It's just math. It's fine. There's nothing wrong.
That's
I like
6
twos.
twos.
It's
Oh my
6.
god. 22 is my
I-
favorite number, and lucky number, so.
I'm detecting conspiracy of the slash bot. Let's try bang bot.
Yeah, can we all re-roll with Bangbot?
no, but
Blessed be the bang bot. God damn it.
I have decided you have rolled so many twos. Clearly, the world is the universe is trying to tell me that you guys should get 2 of those skill books.
Ooh.
Use dexterity one. Or we could just use a charisma one and give Underdark even more power. What would that put you at? Even 30?
No,
28?
no.
Okay, here's the deal.
32?
There are 6 of us, including me. So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to roll a d6, and whoever is called, whoever in order here, gets the number. They get to decide which book we find.
Alright, so you would pick if you're 1, Burger would pick if he's 2, etc.
Oh,
no, there you go.
Okay. This one is going to be. I'm going to be a terrible human being and make you get a wisdom.
All right, Padre gets a book. Tome of Understanding.
That would actually make sense to be in a college. Aha, Burger. Or Underdark, you get a pick.
No,
No.
Padre gets to pick.
What? You said.
Everyone's out of order for me.
What am I doing?
Oh, yeah. I don't. Spectre's name hasn't changed for me.
So, okay. I basically decided to give out skill tomes that can teach one person how to increase an ability score. One of the books is Wisdom, because I picked Wisdom. You now get to pick one because I decided to decide. I decided this would be as arbitrary as possible. So you could decide which ability score
You
book
find a book for.
the party will find.
Like, do I do this by rolling a die, or just
No,
pick
you
a
just
skill?
pick.
Yep.
You pick
Picks-
whatever you want.
Strength, Dex,
Any-
Con, and Wiz, Charisma.
Don't pick Wiz because we
Well,
already
not
have.
Wiz. Yeah, the book exists already. So
Double wisdom.
Let's go with Dex.
Okay. You guys have a Dex book.
Okay. Say, Spectre, does your character use wisdom at all?
Yes.
So you should get the wisdom book then, I think, because I think you're the only wisdom-based character we have.
Wisdom and Dex.
I rely on obscene amounts of intelligence.
I'm weird, and my thing is con and charisma, and literally nothing else.
So I guess
not
the
the
question is,
source.
which rogue do we give the Dex book to then?
That's a Ruffles. Or Captain DeBosk.
It's up to you guys. I will mention that Lyle is not going to be a vampire, so he is going to be lower
He's a
level as far as
Right.
ASI access. I'm just saying he has less access to ASIs than you.
True. But I can't bump my score up any higher. I'm at 20 Dex.
Oh no, because you had to bump up other scores.
You mean
the-
take more feats?
The Dex book will give you 22.
Yes, the Dex book will give you 22.
I would imagine Lyle's got his up to 20 as well, so he's beating the same boat as me. I was just saying that pointing out that I have more access to ASIs doesn't matter because it's dexterity. I already have that maxed out ASI wise.
Basically,
you'll
I'm
still
gonna.
be ahead of him on points.
I mean, I honestly don't care who gets it.
I don't care either. I'll take it because obviously I use Dex a lot.
Why don't you guys hold on to your spoils and decide who's going to get them next session while everyone's.
That's basically what
Sure.
I said. I don't care. He's
Well,
not here right now, so if
yeah.
I take it,
Yeah, we can hold
So-
on to our spoils and distribute them on the next session. I
I'm still
presume
taking
then
it
we
out.
get teleported back to the ship with the entire library treasury.
and the
University.
cannon,
And the cannon?
and a fucking 6-pound cannon that we turned into.
Are there any more
Uh,
big steel doors that I can turn into a cannon?
is there any more?
No.
Was the vault made of steel?
No.
Aww.
Are there any?
Can I
large
search
steel
the
objects?
vault for secret doors?
Sure.
Yeah, might as well. I'll search. You can assist.
What's your investigation?
I'll just
I should be the one doing this because
Yeah, we should have Amafray do it. We'll
What's your-
assist
What's your
Amafray.
investigation?
plus
I
16.
mean,
All right. Yeah.
I guess that's decent.
Assuming investigation
I have a
is what
12.
AGR wants us to roll.
Yeah,
He
it is.
typically does.
Okay. He didn't officially say it, so I was just asking to be sure.
I mean, I could also just walk through the wall until I find a hallway, right? You know that,
Yeah, he
right?
could do that.
But that's boring. Let's do investigation.
Yeah, investigation.
Only
30.
34.
Okay.
And if he rolls poorly, then you can stick your head through the wall until you find a hole.
So Amafray paces around the room and looks down after like 10 minutes of trying to find something and sees that there's a rug on the floor. So she whips the rug off the floor and there's nothing under the rug, but it's floating in the air.
I would have taken the rug anyway. Wait, it's a magic fucking rug? Sweet, we got a magic carpet.
I climb on the rug.
Great. Into the hole it goes.
Oh, but I
Well,
like
you can go with
floating.
it.
But we're
I'll
teleporting.
ride. We're teleporting. I'll ride through the portable hole. Because I think you can only teleport 5, right?
I
Could you
can-
please roll a d4? But just roll 2d4 and we'll take the larger.
For what?
Or you get the largest size carpet of flying. It can hold 800 pounds and it flies at 30 feet per.
Nice.
I can teleport 8 willing creatures.
Oh, okay, then never mind. I thought it was 5 for some reason.
Does that include ghosts?
He's
That's-
going to be riding along, so it doesn't.
Okay.
I would say the ghost can ride along. Yeah.
It
Even
says
if I couldn't.
creatures.
Even
But
if I
don't you
couldn't.
have to
true.
touch them?
If he was inside of me, he would be touching both me and Wilfred.
It has a range of 10 feet, so I'm
Okay.
assuming it doesn't need physical contact.
There is also the fact that even if I couldn't be affected by it, Amifrey has a specific item I need, so if that leaves my area, then I just get pulled to it. So basically you guys would teleport and then I'd be forcefully tugged through the city after you guys.
Yeah, you would basically be just torn just through like the planar material straight into this other space.
The
It would
luminiferous
probably be
ether.
uncomfortable.
All right.
You would just be pulled through
that-
the
That
material
Eldritch
plane.
book, those cities and stuff, they were on the continent, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
You're
now we know
pretty
where
sure.
now we know where to go.
Yep, we have our map.
Great. All right. Back to
I
the
would
show.
imagine the coasts are a little different, but we can still kind of figure out where the cities are.
The coasts, I mean, you don't see a lot of the coast. There's a little bit. It doesn't look the same at all. But the you're pretty sure you know where the city is.
Sweet.
I mean, Jean is, because Jean can look at the book without going crazy.
And if he doesn't like somebody, he can just hand them the book. Here, read this.
Where are we going? I turned the book around and like point it. We're going here, and like drive everyone in a cone crazy.
Keep that book with you for attack rolls.
Commodore, are we there yet? Commodore, are we there yet? Commodore, are we there yet?
Cone attack of insanity.
By the way, while no one was paying attention, your friend disappeared.
Kind of figured.
Which one?
The digger.
With the
Oh,
signet ring?
yeah.
I kind of figured he would.
Yeah, I mean, once you got to the university, we would have just been like, all right, great, thanks. Let us know if you need any help getting out of town.
Yep.
We weren't going to drag him through the whole heist. It wasn't really necessary.
So, are we going back to the ships or to the city?
We're in the city.
To the coast where we have our boats to get to the ships. Let's not leave
Yeah,
those
the
behind.
crew might be mighty suspicious if we show back up and the boats are still ashore.
Also, then we're down some boats.
Yeah, we just send more boats to gate the boats. It would still be very confusing for the crew.
Yeah. Yeah, better to appear on the coast. You know where we set up the transporter enhanced beacon things from Star Trek?
I do not, because I wasn't
Yeah.
here for that.
Okay.
I know what it
Okay.
is.
So yeah, I remember that.
Mhm.
Yeah, you guys successfully can teleport to the beach and row your way back to your boat. I will not make it any more complicated than that because I think now is a good time for us to call it for the evening.
Great.
It's a good stopping point, yeah.
Do we get a level up?
Commodore.
Yes,
We did kill those hunters.
you did kill those defenseless hunters. Obviously, that's worth a level up.
And
Really?
and we killed the professor at the dig site and a couple of his students.
Oh, yeah, and the guards.
And the guards
true.
and the secretary.
No, the secretary lived. You just left her in a stupor.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Eh.
Fine. She'll just get
Yeah,
blamed for the theft of everything in the vault. That's fine. I'm good with that.
She'll get fired and sued, maybe court-martialed, but that's somebody else's problem.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
We're calling our reps, Meta. We successfully evacuated everything out of the vault and call it quits.
And I got
We
new
got
cannon.
books. Yep, and you got a 6-pound cannon, which you can portable.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we'll decide how to distribute the loot next session when everyone's here. Because I think there's a
Dibs
bunch
on
of
the
people who
smugglers.
want stuff.
Yeah, I think everyone wants some stuff.
Everyone's gonna be here for about 10 minutes because I get out of work about when half the party is leaving for sleep.
Hey,
Mhm.
Meta. The party got 2 skill tomes.
What?
Because we rolled so many 2s, he's like, it's a sign that we're supposed to get 2.
Don't question it.
Yeah, we heisted.
Oh my god. We did roll a lot of 2.
Yeah, we rolled 2. We rolled 5, and then AGR goes and rolls another fucking 2 right behind
Yeah.
us.
I was like, well, they've rolled so many 2s. I'll tell you what, I will make one roll for them. If I roll a 20, then I'll count that and I'll be like, okay, they can have a book. But if I roll a 2, then I got to give them 2. That's what happened.
2 points?
There are 2 skill books that you got, and those skill books are like manuals, like the manual of quickness of action.
Oh, yeah,
which
that's
increases your dex by, yeah, and it increases your max for the score as well.
So with this level up, what is everybody at?
16.
21.
17.
I think
Yeah,
Leon
16.
would be right around me at 21 as well.
All
I don't think
right.
he's quite gotten 26 yet.
I'm at 16.
Well, here's a fun note. At level 15, now anyone I'm possessing, I can give you guys the same benefits I get.
Oh,
Who wants to
nice.
walk through walls?
Oh,
That'll
fuck
come
yeah.
in very
And
handy
he
for
actually-
scouting.
Oh yeah. Now we can go through, unghost, and then flip the switch.
I was just thinking the invisibility ghost, their invisibility going through walls.
That's
Oh,
not cheating.
No, he's
It's
a
not.
ghost.
The
He's
DM
very powerful.
You guys weren't cheating this whole time anyway.
What
Also,
were the
the
2
lab.
books that we got?
Dex and
and
wisdom.
In Wisdom? Okay, those are like the most used ones.
except for in our party.
Yeah, we have a
Uh,
No,
lot of
we have one
eight.
wisdom guy in our party, I think.
And we
Which
have
is Spectre.
at least 2 dex-based people.
3 if you count Spectre. Spectre is wisdom and dex.
4 if you count Leon.
Oh yeah, Leon. What is Leon again? Is
I don't think
Vampire.
Leon.
sorcerer.
Sorcerer, monk, vampire, or something.
I think he took 1 in something else as well.
I don't.
Oh
I don't
no,
think
he was gonna
has
take
either.
1 in rogue for the sneak attack, which I told him not to take the 1 in monk to get the ability to move his movement speed across water. Because that was level 10 monk 1 rogue, and I told him to take the level 11 monk for that.
Yeah, I don't think Leon needs another 2 points in a score.
Like I said,
then.
we'll discuss it next session when everyone's here.
Wait, Meta, did you do the 3-for-1 thing that AGR did? Is your dex already 22?
That's a great question.
Well, if you didn't, you would have 6, 12, 16 ASIs.
I'll check when I get back home.
Alright.
I don't remember.
I know some people took advantage of that. I didn't. I just took the 3 ASI.
I know, I think I used it for this guy.
Wait. No, I think I didn't do it. I think I took the 3. Because my dex is still well. No, I have to check. I know it's a +5, but a 21 would also be a +5.
Yeah. So you'd be waiting on an ASI to get that.
Oh crap, that's right. I still have that negative inspiration.
You do.
You what?
Yeah, he's got a negative inspiration. Basically, AGR decides to re-roll a nat 20 he gets.
I think it was for a really shitty pun. I think.
It was.
It was.
What was the pun?
I'm not. I will not. I will not. We will not. No.
I will take 2 more negative inspiration if you repeat the pun.
I will not.
Well, do I take the 2 in charisma?